Yeah, that's the bar radio. Yeah, at the bar radio.
You already know this the king of Philly, man. At the bar radio, man. You already right.
Just know why with that shit.
About to. Cause this that violated left and right now.
It's a different day, no
We about to add to it.
story, nigga. I've been winning, retired like a robber, boy, nigga. They just thought they know me, but I'm here to make my story bigger. Keep that lake of 40 with me. Always know I had that clipper. She act getting on my butt, bet I'm gon' skip her. If they start getting out of line, I bet I'm gon' get them. Pack a bag and book a flight, so they know I'm always tripping. I've been Scotty with the right, so they always know I'm pimping. Well, I always say I got haters, cause they just know I'm living. Word to my bro that came on, they just know I got a vision. The stove gotta stay on some no product missing. Government want us to stay home, go broke for politicians. Had to carry that weight, never dealt with the opposition. My homie trying to beat the case when he had no pot to
Honestly,
piss.
the only reason I
I'm
care
trying
about
to cop a
Spotify
bird, but
is
he
because
caught up
podcasts
with
are
all them
on
pigeons. And I can never chase when ain't no love when you got them riches. I'm on low, I've been asking where your bitch
Oh, no, I had to get everything up.
Trying to figure out where to get lit at. You on, just know why with that chit chat.
Johnny Mitchell.
Cause this that plane and this that get back. I'm alone. I've been asking where your bitch at. She on the phone, trying to figure out where to get lit at. You on your own, just know why with that chit chat. I'm on the road, cause this that plane and this that get back.
Oh, you know, that's it.
Man, I told y'all to get my stuff together.
Yeah.
Where your bitch at?
Hey, Tuna. You made this?
I'm on the loan. I've been asking where your bitch at. She on the phone, trying to figure out where to get lit at. You on your own, just know why with that chit chat. I'm on the road, cause this that plane and this that get back. I'm alone. I've been asking where your bitch at. She on the phone, trying to figure out where to get lit at. You on your own, just know why with that chit chat. I'm on the road, cause this that plane and this that get back. It's a different day, no, it's same story, nigga. I've been winning, retired like I'm Robert Horry, nigga. They just thought they knew me, but I'm here to make my story bigger. Keep that lake of 40 with me. Always know I had that clipper. She act getting on my butt, bet I'm gon' skip her. If they start getting out of line, I bet I'm gon' get them. Pack a bag and book a flight, so they know I'm always tripping. I've been Scotty with the right, so they always know I'm pimping. Well, I always say I got haters, cause they just know I'm living. Word to my bro that came on, they just know I got a vision. The stove gotta stay on some no product missing. Government want us to stay home, go broke with politicians. Had to carry that weight, never dealt with the opposition. My homie trying to beat the case when he had no pot to piss. I'm trying to cop a bird, but he caught up with all them pigeons. And I can never chase when ain't no love when you got them riches. I'm on low, I've been asking where your bitch at. She on the phone, trying to figure out where to get lit at. You on your own, just know why you with that chit chat. I'm on the road, cause this that plane, this that get back.
And this is looking at me giving me the evil
I've been
eye.
asking where your bitch at. She on the phone, trying to figure out where to get lit at. You on your own, just know why with that chit chat. I'm on the road, cause this that plane and this that get back.
Yeah, it is the world's most dangerous podcast. And we are here. We got another week. As always, it is me, Mr. 151. Lady Edmund has brought the Bailey's back in the building.
Hello. I'm just drinking my coffee, that's all.
Oh, okay, good.
It's coffee.
You can have the coffee. I'll take the Bailey's.
Can you beat what I said?
That's her coffee.
You forgot what I said.
And
Coffee? I do.
let's check the contents.
The coffee around the rim of the cup that was reminiscent doesn't mean it's coffee inside the cup. Uh-huh.
Wait a minute.
I have coffee in my cup.
Just because it might be on the rim of it doesn't mean it's coffee.
Why you keep saying rim?
Because
You
it's
got
probably
something you want to tell us? You like that kind of stuff? Ew.
Hey man, fresh out the shower. I told you.
He already started.
Hold on.
This afternoon, this evening.
acting crazy.
What's the matter? What happened? I thought when I said something acting crazy. I say it's CP3, but I think you're talking about something different.
Yeah, it's like. You know, every time and then OBS just likes to
Every now and again.
Yep, so
Would you stop the feed?
nah, I ain't stopped and then for some reason the audio wasn't.
Yeah, I had issues with
That's probably best because CP3 was over here talking about Remen.
Hey man, look. It's February. Valentine's Day presents.
So because it's February, you
Yeah.
gonna be Remen
There's
people?
gonna be some Valentine's Day presents that's gonna be doing it.
You don't know what rimming is?
No.
Oh, CP3. You should tell her. You
I
should
mean,
tell her what rimming means.
What does that mean? Rumming. How is that spelled? Rumming.
Like rim, R-I-M, rimming.
yeah.
Okay, what does that mean?
You eating ass. You eating ass.
Oh.
It's just a proper name for it.
Oh, okay.
If you go on Pornhub and put in rimming, then you get all the all the ass eating videos. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
This message is brought to you by.
I'm glad that according to Mike's turned on probably
When he
at the
said
wrong part of that.
CP3's definition.
Yeah, if you want to know the rest of that conversation, you got to tune in later to figure out what the hell we was talking about.
So back to what it is. It's at the bar and
Terrible start.
very terrible start to the show.
Let us know where it's going.
That's when the show's going downhill at the bar. Immediately.
Hey
For
man.
those that couldn't hear us, CP3 was talking about rimming, and you know what it is.
I wasn't Miss Lady
No,
Antoinette
no,
more than
no,
that.
Talk about the rim of everything.
I'm talking about the rim of your cup having some coffee,
Whatever,
remnants
that's not-
to go with your belly.
remnants, now you said, well, no, you
I
said
said
rim.
rim. Oh yeah, the rim around the rim of the cup.
Is there something you want to tell us? You kept saying rim.
That's a word. I like using words.
Do you have any sports recaps? I know you have something about this.
Oh boy,
Yeah, let's
oh
talk.
boy. The new Washington Commanders is the new name of the team.
The football team.
Yes, the football
The
team.
NFL football team.
Yes.
Not the AFL or XFL. I'm sorry, arena. It's not arena. It's not TFL. It's not XFL. It's actually an NFL team.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Called the
name.
Commanders.
It's a name. I could,
Shout out to Cobra Commander.
hey, I could really give,
Not the Boys and Girls Club.
I can give a damn what they call it. I'd have been cool watching football team staying,
I
but
was too, and that's what I'm going to call them for a while.
I mean, I'm just glad it's finally over and they can concentrate on what's important off season.
Winning.
Free agency, exactly. Putting together a winning team. This is going to be a crucial off season. And for some of those fans that over the last couple of weeks, when it so-called leaked what the name was going to be, and you kept saying, "Oh, if that's the name, I'm going to leave." I had Wednesday off the day of the unveiling of the name at 8:30 in the morning. So, I proceeded because I got my second COVID shot. So, I wasn't feeling well, so I didn't go to work. So I proceeded to spend the rest of the day trolling all the people on social media who said they were going to leave. And when they posted whatever stupid meme about the name, I just kept saying, "So are you staying or are you going?" And they kept posting. I'm like, "So why are you posting about my team? Why don't you post about the team you said you were going to go root for?" So I'm like, no matter what the name was going to be, y'all was going to be pissed off.
Right.
Second of all, it's been a 1.5, 2-year process for a reason because they've been going through court trying to get the trademarking and branding. Red Wolves, Warriors, and all the other ones that everyone wanted.
Red everything is gone.
Yeah, everyone, it's already pretty much trademarked and, branded. Therefore, they have to want to negotiate to let you use their brand. If they don't want to, there's nothing the team can do about it. So all of y'all, getting upset because y'all saw the San Antonio Commanders, defunct page from the AFL. Exactly. They're not even a team anymore. So that's how far you're reaching. You're pulling up teams that don't even exist anymore to try to say, well, this team has the same name. Go eat a bag of baby dicks, dog. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Nah, they gotta eat a whole bag. Yeah, because like I said, because I'm tired of hearing it.
Okay.
No matter what y'all do, y'all want to compare, what's going on, always is the Dan Snyder, curse and all this other stuff. If you don't like it here, go. Y'all like an abused spouse. If you're getting beat up and you don't like it, take your ass somewhere else. Go to a shelter.
We're not gonna say that today.
But that's what it is. There's a team 30 miles up north.
We're not gonna say that today. We're gonna have the people at us.
But it's the truth.
That's your opinion. What?
Exactly. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna have to get it off my chest. Yeah.
Coming at you.
Man.
Yeah, I can take the.
I'm just saying.
I'm talking about him.
I'm just, oh, you know me. I'm open to discussion about anything.
Well, I for one, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not that fond of the Commanders, but would I be fond of them? Not sure, but
Winning.
I'm still gonna stick by my team. Like that little TikTok when people were like, "That's your man." So I'm gonna stick by.
Oh my God.
I don't even know.
I'm gonna stick by him.
I don't know what that means.
It's a. I'll show you later. But I mean, I'm a DC fan for like any sports team in DC. That's who I support. I'm home team all the way, even if I don't really want to say their name, because it hurts my soul to say it.
No, that's cool. I'm about to hurt some feelings for real right now. Cause
But you see, I got my shirt on. It's in my DNA.
Yeah, I'm copying my new hat. I'm about to get the new black on black joint.
I could have had it, but I was really upset. Like, I'm in my feelings. I didn't really like watching the football team, but I understood it was temporary. I'd rather call them that for a little bit longer until I can get myself together.
To me, it really,
Yeah.
I can always just say, Washington. Yeah, my sisters love that joint too. We can always just say Washington.
Yeah, that's
to me, it doesn't make a big deal. But I want to address this congressional situation that's going on right now with the investigation into the investigation of the sexual harassment at Ashburn.
Tell us how you feel.
Now these are my views and my views only. This is not At the Bar Radio, Lady Antoinette 0151. So I'm gonna go ahead and preface that.
Yeah, because
I don't want to get y'all wrapped up what I'm about to get into.
My thoughts and feelings about it, but go ahead.
Now, it's hilarious in one aspect with Congress trying to force the NFL to release the investigation, and the NFL and Daniel Snyder have a legal binding agreement that said the only way they can release the information if both parties agree.
Right.
So there's that. The part that's not funny, in my opinion, is months back when they originally did the investigation, there was nobody that could link anything directly to Daniel Snyder.
Right.
No one.
Yep.
Everything was,
the organization.
Exactly. Larry Michael, a couple of executive VPs got fired because they were the ones that were actually evidence of them doing that.
Right.
Now, 6 months later, you have, what they say, 9 to 17 women that can directly link to Dan. Don't have any specific dates or events, but say that he had his hand on their thigh, or he tried to pull them to the limousine in a suggestive way. I'm like, so where was all of this months ago?
Let's not forget RG3.
He broke the RG3 too?
Wait, somebody did.
Something. You had to see. I was on the serious note. You had to bring that part. He put a tweet out apparently that he might have been.
And then he turned around and said he won't be back with the team, so I was a little confused. But
I think that was just stuff for his book that's coming out this year.
Yeah, in his book he said he was touched.
He was touched.
Yeah, he might be taking the Terry Crews way, you know what I'm saying? someone, sexually harassed him. I don't know.
What Terry Crews was talking about when he was a kid.
No, Texas was talking about.
No, he said when
No,
he
he
was
was with not Hollywood. Yeah, he did say
Yeah,
that. You're right.
yeah.
But he ain't say when he was with Washington, because Terry Crews was with Washington too.
he was just,
What? He didn't say it was Washington.
No, I
Then
mean-
RG3 said someone touched his no spot.
I mean, RG3, I still fuck with him.
Who, RG3?
I still fuck with him.
He's getting on my nerves like really bad. Like,
He
he
pissed a lot of
wants
people
attention.
off, and that's why I love what he's doing. He because when he was here, he tried to be every man.
But now,
Now
wants attention.
he's an asshole. He's tired of being a nice guy and getting shitted on. So now he's like, I'm gonna pull my dick out and just y'all had this shit on me. Yeah, I'm gonna wear tight stuff that
But
y'all
yeah,
don't like.
he
Mama,
has definitely changed because he gets shape ups and everything
Yeah,
now.
he
used to not.
he don't he.
I'm sorry,
That's
Daddy.
why I love him, because even though I mean I love him because he's a smart dude. And he's just playing the game. He's got a gig on TV commentating college football now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he ain't even do shit in the league, but he done parlayed it into a fucking career. So I'm like, he's a businessman. Yeah, and he has a
He
degree,
had a few deals.
Yeah.
He was with Subway.
and he has a
Look,
degree in
Jared touched
I mean, you know.
spot too. Jared be touching people.
might have
I
been,
got him.
From
might have
Subway.
been who it was.
But look,
He was doing commercials here, so
He was here.
and Jared was at the White House a couple of times.
See?
Never know. I might come on the book.
Well, he said Washington did. Somebody in Washington.
Man, I don't know. It's crazy, but it just. I'ma say it. I said it before. I feel Jeff Bezos has a lot to do with what's going on right now. Because
What,
he
in Washington?
Mhm.
Yeah, because he wants the team.
he wants the team.
But people don't, a lot of people don't know that or don't
Yeah.
understand that.
He wants
But
to
he
be an
wants the
NFL
team.
owner. He tried to buy Seattle when that team came up for sale a couple of years ago, being that Amazon is based out there, and
now we have
they didn't
Amazon
want
here.
him to, because they know what type of person he is being in Seattle. So now that he has the Amazon base here, and been on record as saying that if he has a team, he would build a dome in DC, which
Which our
Rain.
mayor,
Oh, that she loved hearing her and Eleanor Holmes Norton loved hearing that. So with this whole thing, I'm not, like I said, these are my views. I don't have any factual proof yet. I'm starting some research.
to not say that. You're not never supposed to show your hand. Don't tell them that you can be looking.
They can try to, the people I got, you can try to delete it. It's always there, man. But there's, you can see the financial ties to it. He's already not paying Holly any tax, the richest man in the world, getting a facility out there. I mean, I don't see a far stretch for him, giving a wink and a nudge to Congress, like, hey, I need y'all to investigate this shit. And next thing you know, we got a whole investigation now. We got 17 women talking about, oh yeah, I don't remember when and where, but yeah, he did it.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, when it comes to Snyder, the other owners are not going to get him out.
That's the
Because-
only way that they can get him out, if he does something that violates the owner's agreement by doing something like sexual harassment, calling somebody a
here's the
nigger and
thing.
shit like that.
Think about what the owners do that we don't know about. Things that we do know about. They're all shady. They weren't trying to get, the owners were not trying to get Snyder out. Snyder is literally acting just like them.
Yeah, but if,
I
but
mean,
if
you
he,
got quarterbacks that just retired that shouldn't have. They got bodies. I'm just saying, y'all know who I'm talking about. You got quarterbacks that and
Tom Brady got
players. I don't know who I was talking about.
I know I prefer-
Huh? But you got people that have a lot of things to them that have been swept under the rug. So for this to go on with Snyder, we definitely see. I'm not a Snyder fan, but I do see that he has been targeted quite a bit. Quite a bit.
and it's, I understand because it goes back to what I say about the franchise and how people look at it and story franchise, boom, boom, boom. We had one good decade, we won 3 Super Bowls. Other than that, they're a 500 franchise.
And that
Point
wasn't
blank.
under Snyder, so I think that's another thing. That they-
Yeah, I mean, that's cool, but like I said before, Jack King Cook, little do y'all know, he was a racist.
Yeah, it's the right- A lot of people know that.
No, but a lot of fans don't. They thought that he was the greatest owner. He should have gave it to. You see what he did to his son, not even giving him the team.
He did him dirty.
That's how dirty that dude was. He was racist. Joe Gibbs was the middleman between him and the black players. That's why once Joe Gibbs retired, the team started taking that downward spiral because there was no buffer. And that's why you saw certain players leaving because he didn't know how to talk to black players. So before you start demonizing Snyder, I already talked about George Preston Marshall, him giving up the first pick of the draft because it was going to be a black player. He didn't want a black player on his team. So before you demonize Snyder, do some research on the history of this team and realize, you know, who you're rooting for. Because
I still don't like him, but
I mean, that's cool. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not like he's like my buddy or nothing, but I feel like he's learned from the mistakes that he made. He had a bad first impression. He treated it like a business. But for the last, say, 8 to 10 years, all he's done is step back and open his wallet and say, well, what do you need to win?
He definitely has changed. I will give him
The dumbest thing he did was keep Jake Gruden, but he had to do that because he had to show that he can keep a coach.
Are y'all ready? Because it's like 6:30. I know I guess we'll be calling in around like 6:50. Y'all ready to piss some people off?
Oh, yeah.
I think CP3 already did that.
Oh, I got him warm and ready for you. Oh, I got him warm and ready for you.
We got so let's get into the meat and potatoes of this.
Y'all ready to piss some people off?
Apparently Joe Rogan likes the word nigga.
Oh, we're gonna piss a lot more people off. We got so let's get
And
into the meat and
Spotify
potatoes.
probably gonna do nothing because they suck as a company.
Apparently Joe Rogan likes the
This
word nigga.
podcast will be though.
They put a notice on things.
And Spotify's probably
And
gonna do nothing
it's-
'cause they suck
it's-
at
But
it.
that was because of COVID-19.
That was because we told him 19, but he's been saying nigga for over 12 years. You know, when they played the compilation of him saying it. And then he did this whack ass apology and
that was
saying
because
it.
of COVID.
And then my whole
He's been
thing
saying
is,
nigga for over 12
so what's
years.
action going to be taken against him?
You know, when they
Because
played the
Whoopi Goldberg
compilation of him saying
Oh,
it.
yeah.
has
And then
been
he
suspended
did
for
this
2 weeks
whack-ass apology on CNN.
for saying
And then
something
my whole thing
how
is,
black people view.
so what's action's going to be taken
Answer not
against
all,
him?
but I kind of understand what
Whoopi
she was saying.
Goldberg
When we think of the Holocaust, it's a
has
more
suspended for
inhumane thing of humans being bad to each
how
other.
black people view things.
When we think of
That's
racism,
not all, but I
like
kind of
it's a
understand what
totally
she was
different
saying.
vote.
When we think of the Holocaust,
You know, it's-
it's a more
and-
inhumane
and-
thing of humans
you
being
know,
bad to each other.
Their
When you think of
history
racism,
is not
Like,
destroyed by
it's a
black people.
totally different vote for us.
Country
You know, it's
in which you live.
and
There are things
you
like
know,
I can guarantee you can
their
ask a
history
young black
is
kid
not
right now
destroyed like black
who made the
people
traffic
are
light,
destroyed
and he'll probably think of white guy.
in which you live in.
Um,
There are things
you can
like,
ask
I can
some
guarantee
who invented
you can ask
who
a
made
young
the
black
first cell
kid
phone,
right now
and they'll
who
probably
made
think of
the
white guy.
traffic light,
Or the
and he'll probably
GPS.
think of white guy.
Or the GPS. Or who's the guy that improved
can ask
refrigeration
some
trucks so that
who
we can
invented,
have frozen meat.
Made the
You
first
know,
cell
they
phone.
would not
And they'll
know
probably think of white guy.
all the achievements of black people
Or the GPS.
because their
Or
history
who's the
has
guy
not
that
been stolen.
improved refrigeration trucks so that we
and
can
buried.
have frozen meat.
Like
You know, they
and that's
would not
when we
know
look at for
all
racism.
the
Racism is not just saying I don't like you because you black.
because
Racism
their
is
history
literally
has not been
burying
stolen
your history.
and buried
Well,
like that. And that's when we
we
look at
deal
for
with
racism.
systemic
Racism is not just
racism
saying I don't
in
like
this
you because
country.
you black.
Not
Racism
just
is
racism.
literally
We deal with
burying
systemic
your
racism.
history.
The people in this country don't always say, I don't like you because you're black. But what they do is they devise a plan to hold you back because you're black.
Yes.
So there is a difference. I was a little shocked by Whoopi because I viewed her as a highly intelligent individual. And she has done things and said things in the past that allow me to believe that. I understand what she was saying or what she was trying to say, but her delivery was a little. And being on that show, being on that network, I feel like you ain't see this coming.
Well, you know that network is. Well, let's get a couple things clear with that network. So the show was started by Barbara Walters.
Right.
Well, you know,
The
that
show
network
didn't really
is-
start getting Emmys and stuff
Let's
until
get
Whoopi Goldberg
Right.
was among that chat.
So
And
show was
then
started by Barbara
all these
Walters.
other shows started popping up. I
The
think
show
Sharon
that really
Osbourne
started
had
getting
a
Emmys
show.
and
Shout
stuff
out to the
until
racist ass.
Whoopi Goldberg.
I mean, you're right. You got the real.
Yeah.
You
And
got
then
the
all these
talk.
other shows
You got
started popping up.
all these
I think Sharon Osbourne
shows.
had a
But
show. Shout
what
out
I'm
to her
saying
racist
is,
ass.
Whoopi with her I'm
Yeah.
woke self. I feel like she started losing touch on the fact that no matter how much you do for this program, no matter how much you do, there you go. You're still a black woman in America. So her delivery, you gotta be careful. And the reason why I'm saying that, not because you want to smooth things over and filter things so that you can make these people comfortable. No. But you got to be careful of the way you say it so that you don't lose your platform, because we need her there.
The great American African poet Chuck D once said, "It's freedom of speech." Just watch what you say.
Yeah.
And even though we're
The
quote
great
unquote
American
free,
African
we
poet
ain't
Chuck
really
D once said, "It's freedom of speech."
because we're guarded. And we're
And
if one person
even
if
though
one person from our race says something bad,
we're
it's
quote
looked
unquote
upon
free,
as
we
the
ain't
whole
really
race. Joe Rogan ain't looked upon
because we're
for
guarded.
saying nigga for
And
12
we're
years.
if one person
That's a bad white.
if one person from
Well,
our
better
race
he's looked at
says
as an
something
individual.
bad, it's looked upon
We can't look at,
as
and
the
if we
whole
try to label the whole
Joe
race,
Rogan
then
ain't
we-
looked upon for saying
But
nigga
I feel
nigga
like
nigga for
these
12
networks
years
have plans.
as a
Okay?
bad white guy.
They have
Well,
big
better
plans.
he's looked at as an individual. You
And
can't look at
you
and
have
if
to
we try to label the
understand
whole
where
race,
you
then
fit
we're being
in.
racist. Or
Think
unfair.
about it like this. White journalist, right? Young, ambitious, okay? Has an interview with somebody. And that interview was later brought up after this man is now truly famous, right? The interview that comes up from years ago just happened to be insulting to people. But the journalist didn't say it. The person he interviewed said it. But because he didn't react a certain way, he gets fired. I'm talking about Billy Bush and Donald Trump. So you see, there's a big plan for things, but you have to understand your role, no matter what color you are. Because these type of things happen because somebody has a plan. You have to be very precise about what you do because they're going to protect their plan no matter what. And Whoopi unfortunately got caught up. She got caught slipping.
Yeah. Yeah, she did.
I don't necessarily disagree with what she said.
I know.
I'm saying that I was a little shocked because usually Whoopi is on top of her game.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So I was shocked about that.
I know.
53.
I didn't see the actual words. I read an article about that say, paraphrase what she said. I didn't see nothing wrong with the way she said what she said.
53.
In my opinion, being Jewish is not a race. So,
That's your opinion. That's why she in that situation.
but it's not. You don't have a Jewish box to check on the employee application.
In this country, you don't.
Yeah, so that's what we're talking about. That's the bullshit and hypocrisy I'm getting tired of. I mean, like you mentioned, with the Jewish folks, yes, y'all went through a horrible, atrocity. Millions of y'all died, but y'all still have y'all history. You could, you had some Jewish folks that hid being Jewish and were able to survive. We can't hide being black. We can't hide being brown. They know what we are. You weren't persecuted like we were and still are being persecuted. We don't know where we came from. We can't trace shit back. Y'all had those numbers on your arm, which is, whatever, but they can at least trace to where the fuck you came from. We can't do that. We got to trust some DNA bullshit that is probably some motherfucker in his basement just say, oh, yeah, you're from Africa. So, I mean, Michael Rappaport, I meant to tag you in. I'm going to chop it up. I'm going to tag you in it. Shut the fuck up. You talking about cancel culture and then you applauding her getting taken off there because she said something you didn't agree with. And whoever that dude in New York, they hit you with the snowball while you was doing another rant. I want to get his ass on the show. I want to shake his hand because you said everything that a majority of motherfuckers wanted to say to his ass, and you are the hero of the week for that shit. So I would love to get on his podcast because all he does is whine You Remy looking motherfucker. That's all I can think of you now is you holler and you trying to kill black people on the roof of the bald head. Cause some of that shit you be talking about is some nonsense. I'm like, dude, you need a fucking reality break, man. Get the fuck off of social media. Cause yeah, you done lost it, bro. All this shit you talking, especially Joe Rogan. I don't really give a damn about you using the word nigger. I've had white people call me nigger before, and I'm not one, so I don't get offended.
But do those white people get paid to say that word to you?
In some cases at their job, yeah, I think they were. Because they wanted to get a rise out of me, so I do something stupid to get fired.
The thing about that with the Joe Rogan thing is, though, he used his platform and then he basically used the excuse of, I know black people. I mean, that's not an excuse.
Well, the thing is...
if that's the case, then, you know, black people, well, I was when a black guy punches in your motherfucking mouth.
Basically, he used the excuse of I know black people.
Don't tolerate that excuse.
But I feel like,
He was like, I was quoting Richard Pryor. I was quoting Red Fox. I was quoting Rap Land. I was quoting Shut the Fuck Up.
Well, this is the
With
same
the bitching
dude.
and the crying, like, you got caught doing it.
yeah.
You know, the thing about it is, man, the fuck up when you get caught doing it. Like, if you said it, you said it. Be like, yo, I said it.
Right.
And
Own it.
I said it, I'm gonna own it. And you think I was wrong, I can apologize. But when you give me these weak ass apologies, but you blaming everybody else,
Yeah,
that's
that's
rappers.
not an apology.
Rappers been saying it for years.
Because he's worried about his base. The black community ain't his base, so he don't really give a fuck. His base is the racist white community.
Well, here's my thing with him. Here's my thing with him.
And Spotify some bitches for promoting shit.
But here's my thing with him. For real, mentally, he just like Whoopi. You got caught up. Here's the problem I have with this. He said he's been using a racial slur for what we say 12 years, right? 12 years, right? Nobody took him off. Nobody complained until now, right? I don't like Trump, but I'm gonna say it. Trump got snatched up off of social media for inciting violence, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't even say any racial slurs. He didn't literally insult a whole group of people directly the way Joe has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why Joe still on the air?
That's a big issue.
Like you said,
You know,
People been
they get
snatched
more
off of
money.
their platform for less.
and here's the thing though, like, I remember when Don Imus, that's a jackass.
That's a big
He
issue.
when the black basketball female basketball team won the championship, and he called them nappy headed hoes.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
I remember when
He was fired
Don
immediately.
Imus, that's a jack.
And everybody applauded.
When the
But
back
what I
black
don't know is that he actually sued NBC or whatever for his salary, and he still
was fired
paid.
immediately.
Right.
So
So he may have gotten fired, but he
it was
still
a
got
pyrrhic
paid.
victory
What I don't know
because
is that
he got
he
paid
actually
to do nothing.
sued
Exactly.
NBC or
You
whatever
know,
for
because
his salary.
his
He
rights
still got paid.
was more important
So it was
than
a
Well,
pyrrhic
his
victory
contract.
because
his
his
contract was
got paid to do
important
nothing.
than how those. 'Cause
You know,
you can hear,
his rights.
and I'm like this because I know how detrimental when you're trying to win and how a white person can tear you down. My brother started hustling because basically he had a white
I'm like
teacher
this
that
because
told him your chances
I
of
know how
going to the
detrimental when
NFL
you're trying
are
to win
slim and none.
and how
So he said,
and how
fuck
a white
that,
person
fuck
can
school
take
and started
my
hustling.
brother started
Had that white
hustling
teacher
because
shut the fuck
basically,
up and said
he
you
had
can
a
be whatever
white
you wanted
teacher
to be,
that told
he'd
him
been
your
in a
chances
different
of going to the
predicament.
NFL.
But when you give, when you tear people
So
down
he
and you
said,
give them
fuck
an
that,
option and they
fuck
do
school
shit
and
like
started
that.
hustling.
Like for
Had
real,
that
the
white
school that we
teacher
grew up
shut
has
the
produced
fuck
many
up
a fucking
and
football
said you
players
could be whatever you
that
wanted
went
to
to the fucking
You've been in a
NFL.
different predicament.
My brother at
But
the time
when you
was
tear
playing
people
on
down
a
and you
college
give them
level
options
in
and
high
they do
school.
shit like that. Like for real, the school that we grew up
And
there's many a fucking football
when you
players
tear down,
that went to the
it's
fucking
irresponsible when
My
you have
brother at
white
the
men who
time
tear down black
was
kids'
playing
dreams
on a
every
college level in
fucking
high
day, and then they just okay, well it's
But you said
And
irresponsible. You have to
When you
remember
tear
this.
down, it's irresponsible.
Responsibility is a
When you have
funny
white
thing.
men who tear down black kids' dreams every
What you
fucking
feel you're
day, and then
responsible
they
for
just,
is
oh,
different
okay,
than
well,
what
it's cool.
someone else feels that they're responsible. Real talk, we got to be real about this.
It is.
There are some Caucasian individuals in this country that feel that they are responsible for killing the young black man's dream.
that is true.
So, who's to say that person was truly being irresponsible? According to who? He might have been going along with the plan he had to begin with.
Because
So, that's the problem.
and you're right, because I guarantee you would not have told a white kid that.
No, because that's not
Even
his
for the
goal.
white kid, you could be president.
His goal was to tell this young black man that he can't do X, Y, Z
Yeah, exactly.
to break him down so he won't do it.
Because I've never heard him tell a white kid, even with all
told a
fucking
white kid,
F's,
you
that they're
be
stupid. But I've heard them tell black kids, they're stupid.
Yeah,
This is fucking crazy.
Right. Well, one thing I want to say about Whoopi, I feel like when I watched what she said, I kind of read up on things.
This is fucking crazy.
What she said, I don't feel like she was trying to be hurtful to the Jewish community. And to what you were saying about checking the box. You got to remember also the Holocaust ain't happened in America. America decided to make their racial groups. So in Germany, it was looked at as different.
Yeah.
It was looked at as you're beneath me. These are the type of people that you are. But see, a lot of African American people here, we can't identify with that because we have, for how long has America looked at, if your skin complexion is this, you all over here, y'all better. So we can't identify with the Holocaust the way that some people want us to. And it's not to say that the Jewish people that were affected by the Holocaust are better or worse than us. It's just a different type of struggle that it's difficult for us to identify with because of where we are.
But we can't identify when we're going through a Holocaust. Like, we live and we're still going through.
Right. But I feel like what Whoopi was trying to say is that exactly what I'm saying now. Like, that is a struggle that a lot of people, we don't look at it as it being a race war. Even though it was, because technically that was a different race of people. They came from a different place. So, but we can't, it's difficult for us to look at one group of white people and another group of white people hating on each other. It's difficult for us to look at it like that. It is. But we know it was inhumane because it was.
But why is it that the white folks can be able to classify what type of white person they are, but nobody else can? You're European or you're German descent.
But
They put that in there for us to think on that process of
but that's
line.
my thing. You taking the American white people and grouping it with white people from all over the world.
Because they group us all as the same black people, no matter what color our skin is or where we're from. They all look at us the same.
At that time, in another country, it was completely different than what we experienced. That's why it's difficult for us to understand, because they are different races. What an actual race is to everybody else is different to us. We're literally, we have a whole race of people that have PTSD.
Yes.
Racial PTSD, that's exactly what we're dealing with. So we cannot fathom feeling that this group of white people were hating another group of white people literally because of who they are and where they came from. That's what it is. That's what happened. So it is difficult, but we can identify with the fact that it is inhumane. So that was, I think, that was what Whoopi was trying to say. But the problem is that in this country, you can't say anything that they think is bad about the Jewish community. There are certain groups of people you can't talk bad about. You can't talk about the Jewish people. You can't talk about the gay people. But you can talk about the black people. Joe Rogan showed this stuff. So my issue is, if you're going to say it like, oh, you can't talk bad about these people, you can't talk bad about these people, what about my people? You can talk bad about them?
Here's the crazy thing. I've never heard a person say Jewish people should get over the Holocaust. I've heard motherfuckers say,
you can talk bad about them.
We should get over slavery.
I haven't heard some, but I have heard some.
I said I.
Oh yeah,
I didn't say CP3.
Yeah,
I didn't say Lady Antoinette.
But
I didn't say DJ.
okay, but if you've heard that,
I said
what's more common?
Oh, it's definitely not common, but I've heard
Slavery
it.
is something that we've been
But let me
talking
get
about.
something I've never heard.
I didn't say
But then I've heard people
I
say
didn't say
this.
DJ Grip
We
was
should get over
suspect.
slavery.
I said
Mhm.
I
All the
said
time.
Africans say.
All the time.
But
I mean,
but,
this is a crazy notion. Like,
but let me
that is such
but let me get to my point. I've never heard.
crucial point.
But
in
then I've heard
history.
people say
Like
this,
slavery,
though.
Jim
We should get over
Crow,
slavery.
all the shit
That's what the
that
Africans say.
my
I
grandfather
mean,
and
this
great
is a
grandfather
crazy
went through.
notion. Like
You
that
know,
is such.
I remember being born in this. I was born in the 70s, raised in the 80s.
Jim Crow, all the shit
The
that
civil rights
my
movement was in the
grandfathers
60s.
and great grandfathers went through.
Like, my mom and them
I
lived
remember
through that
being born
shit.
in the. I was born in the 70s,
My
raised in
grandfather
the 80s.
was a soldier in World War II.
Movement was in the 60s.
So which means he went to go fight for a country that thought he was nothing more than a nigga.
Right.
My grandfather
And people don't understand that
soldier
really it's
in
not
World
that
War
long
II.
ago.
Exactly. Most of the things, most of my family,
went to
which
go
I didn't
fight
even
for a
realize,
country that thought
most
that
people in New York come from the South.
Yeah.
They migrated from the South, like North Carolina. Like, we have deep roots in North Carolina and stuff like that. I didn't know that at first until, like, one of my grandparents told me, it's like, oh, our
most people
family's
in New
North
York come from the
Carolina.
South.
And they wanted to get out the South.
Like North Carolina, like we have deep roots in North
They
Carolina.
wanted to get
and
away
stuff
from the
like that. I didn't know that
plantation.
at first until
They
like one of my
wanted
grandparents
something
told me,
different.
oh, our family's in North Carolina. I was like,
And
and
then people
they
say,
wanted
oh,
to
we
get out
should
the
just
South.
get over it. I can't get over my
They wanted to
grandmother,
get
my
away from
great
the
grandmother, my
plantation.
great grandfather, my
They
great
wanted
aunts
something
and
different.
uncles struggle.
And
That struggle is real to me. It's
when
evident.
people say, oh,
And
we
shit,
just
we
get
still
over
ain't
it,
got justice.
you can't get over my grandmother, my great grandmother, my great
about this?
grandfather,
My
my
great
great aunts
grandmother
and uncles
passed
struggle.
in 2000.
That struggle is real to me. It's evident. And shit,
She was
we still
born
ain't got justice.
in 1913. She lives to be 103. The things that she sings,
That's legit.
the things that she talk about, I can't imagine. Think about 1913 when she was born. How different
That's the world
everything
was.
is. So to hear that, it's like it's a whole different world. And hopefully things change as rapid now, but it don't. It seems like it's slowing down a whole lot. Because in 100 years, it's like a completely different world. It is. It's like a completely different world. And you know, here we are. It's 2022. Well, in 1922, whole different world. But we need to continue to make progress. But it feels like people are remaining stagnant.
Yeah.
This
It's
past 10 years been rough.
it's that's a very valid point. I was having a conversation similar about what's going on with this, you know, day and age. And honestly, I love technology, but it's a gift and a curse. Because now I think it's a combination of folks wanting to do better than the previous generation or whatever, and a mix of the technology. Like their kids. I can't say my kids because I don't have any. I don't want to make that slip. I'm like, I knew you had one.
I done seen some kids.
You know, you know.
You sure? I saw a little nigga with cornrows and bad feet the other day with a white beat.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
Well, it is tax time. What's that little nigga post? Yeah, it is tax time. Oh well, shit. Fuck that.
Oh man, that's your baby right there.
Too late. I can't get no tax money. Fuck that. But let me lose my train of thought. See, because I had to preface that.
I send you stuff all the time. It's your baby.
See what you did. Because she know, yeah, me say, I'm like, man, you need to cut that shit out.
Little CP3. CP4.
You made me lose my whole train of thought.
You did it.
Because I knew it was coming. I tried to get in front of it, and you still derailed the whole fucking thought process. See, I had something profound.
I know. And then you should have brought up kids.
Right, he did it. He did it to himself.
Trying to avoid it and ran into it anyway. Really making me forget my powerful points.
Your powerful points.
I mean, they be powerful.
You need to write stuff down.
They just be coming to me.
But I mean, I just feel like it's a hypocrite. Like, you know, and I really want to see what's going to happen. what is Spotify gonna do about the
But I mean, it's just I just feel like
they
it's a
they getting people dropping.
you know, and
I know
I want to see
some people
don't
have
do
dropped.
that.
I mean, some people have dropped because of his controversial COVID comments.
what
I
is
want to see what they're
Spotify
gonna do about this.
you know, the whole joke.
Because
And kudos to India
I know
Ari.
some
Yeah,
people have
shout out
dropped. I mean,
to
some people have
You
dropped
know,
because of
for she was
controversy,
the
COVID
first
comments.
artist, at least that I know.
I want to see what they're going to do about this. Because
I'll get technology rant later.
You got right.
yeah,
You got
shout
right
out to
back.
Ari.
You know, for she was the first.
what's going on? What's going on? Thank you for calling at the bar. How are you today? We good. I'm 151. You sitting here with
What's going on? What's
we
going
got
on? Thank you for
CP3.
calling out
We
the
got
bar.
sir.
How are you today?
Lady Antoinette.
Hello.
Everything's
We got
all
Tiana
good.
Tasty,
How y'all?
DJ Grip in the building. We got
We
a
good.
full house.
We
We
good.
out
I'm
here chilling,
151.
grilling, and
Sitting here
drinking.
with
What's going
we
on
got
with you, sir?
CP3,
Introduce
we
yourself,
got
man.
Lady Antoinette, we got Tiana Tasty and DJ Grip in the building. We got a full house.
Oh, you perfect.
Chilling, grilling, and drinking.
Virtual bar.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff, man.
That's the vibe. That's the vibe. I'm
So,
over here sipping on a little something myself. You know
Let's
what I'm
start off with
Cool.
the easiest question all night. Just tell us about yourself.
For sure, though, for sure.
So, let's start off with the easiest question all night. Just tell us about yourself.
Man, Moolah Da Vinci, straight out of Georgetown, South Carolina. Man, I've been doing this seriously for a couple years, you know what I'm saying? Linked up with my man Al Green. We've been just making moves ever since, you know what I'm saying? I just got off my second tour, pretty much on some, you know, networking, touching the people, you know what I'm saying? Shaking hands and kissing babies and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? It's my second go around. So we gearing up for another round coming up soon. And other than that, you know what I'm saying? I'm just out here just getting like everybody else. I'm just trying to stay consistent, you know?
So tell us about all that you do. All that you do as far as your career, and then let us know your goals as far as where you want to go, what you want to achieve.
So pretty much what I do now, I pretty much set up a lot of things that I got going on as far as getting features
so pretty much what I do now, I like pretty much set up a lot of things that I got going on as far as getting features and different shows, but I also work with Al Green, you know what I'm saying? Like that's my business partner, so we got a lot going on. I got content dropping every month, you know what I'm saying? Different videos. I got like a dope camera content team. Shout out to 420 Visuals, John Terry Productions, and Shot by Nino. We got a whole circle going on full of creators. So really, we just trying to push the board to be able to, for me to grow a label and actually have everything already in hand, on deck, ready. So you know what I'm saying, we can just take care of the artists. So that's my future goals. You know, to have my own label and, you know, just push artists to be better. And,
it's dope that you want to, branch out. And you laying the ground, the groundwork and the foundation for where you want to be. That's definitely good thought process. But now being in the industry, because when we have folks calling in, we don't hear the music until actually you come on. So what type of artist would you classify yourself as, and what do you think is your strong suit in that genre of music you choose? Well, thank you, good sir. I didn't forget that.
I see myself
Oh, no, you good. Go ahead.
I see myself as an artist, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just somebody who actually
I see myself as, sorry, man. You still going?
I always just love to do my research.
I see myself as an artist, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just somebody who actually enjoyed the essence of hip-hop, the actually beginnings of it, you know what I'm saying? I always just love to do my research and watch documentaries over and over again. So I kind of class myself as just an artist, you know, like when I look at it, you know, Basquiat didn't paint the same picture every time, you know what I'm saying? They were maybe similar, maybe not, but he didn't put the same picture on the same canvas every time. So that's how I feel about when it comes to music. Like, I just like to have fun and just do my thing with it. As far as the genre that I would consider my home base is
I love this particular
what you would consider lyrical hip hop.
Give me 5 do's and 5 don'ts of the industry that you
And I
work.
guess it's my turn.
Okay.
I love this particular
Five
question.
dudes.
Give me 5 do's and 5 don'ts of the industry that you work.
Be consistent.
Okay. 5 dudes. Build a plan.
Another dude. I would say, learn the business.
Be consistent.
Number 5.
Invest in yourself.
The don't.
Another dude, I would say,
Don't chase clout.
learn the business. Number 5, have fun.
Feel like you have to be
Okay.
The don'ts, don't chase clout.
Realize that it's
Don't feel like you have to be somebody else that you're not.
just look out for Yankee.
Realize that it's 90% business, 10%
I
talent.
really like what you said, invest in yourself.
And,
Because a lot of
just look out for
so there's a
Yankee
lot of broke
promoters.
ass artists that don't want to invest
keep
in
your eyes
themselves. They don't
open.
want they don't want to have they don't want to invest in the video. They don't want to invest in promotion. They don't want to invest in nothing. That is such a like this like there's people that if you give them free studio time, they won't pay for no promotion for their song or no video, and they think it's going to go viral. You can have the hottest song in the world and just be the nicest dude around the block. You don't invest in yourself.
They won't pay for no promotion for their song or no video. And they think it's going to go viral. You got the hottest song in the world. And just be the nicest dude around the block.
It's all about planning.
Well, yeah, that just comes in a part where they don't understand that it's business, not just a hobby. Yeah, it's just all about planning. Like if somebody got a plan and they actually strategizing, and then they'll see the point in investing. Because they'll be like, okay, this is like this is what I'm doing. This is what I want for it. So now I got a plan. Now it's time to accomplish the goal.
They're releasing on every
And that's
platform. I
what's
go
gonna
to
come with
Spotify and have
investing. They don't really see that far. They just see as far
Like we
as
went to the interview several
releasing it
years
on
ago.
every
And the nigga was
platform.
like, I didn't say that. I mean, an artist was
Incorrectly.
like, yeah, I got,
when I go to the
yeah, man, we got
Spotify,
like
I have
2,000 plays. I was like, that's good. It was like, I said, we ain't released it. It was like 2 years ago.
years ago. And the nigga was like, I got, yeah, man, we got like 2,000 plays. I was like, that's good. It's like, I said, we released it like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I definitely don't believe in like what can I say, like going too hard on one record. Like I'm gonna promote it and whatnot, but I'm not gonna just stick on it and just fall in love to the point where I'm not gonna release more music. Like I'm always loving my craft. I love what I do. I love every song I put out, but like it's just like I gotta have another kid, you know what I'm saying? And I gotta keep it going. And that song is gonna catch up in time if I just stay consistent.
So, in your opinion, what makes a great song?
What makes a great song? Really, just as long as the artist is at his most comfortable place with the beat, then I feel like that artist would be able to really do his thing on that song, and that's just a great song to me. Like it's somebody who's comfortable, fully comfortable on the production, and I'm a big sample of them. So me personally, like my ideal song is like a choir in the background, you know what I'm saying, and like really going in or like something like that. So I just love like
oh shit.
Our goal for mine is like to actually have that.
Yeah, you too young for that.
Well, what's that joint back in the day? We all the world, we all the children. Y'all remember that when they had like Michael Jackson and everybody on the stage?
Man, you too young for that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I do like the fact
That's
that
like
you
my
said
goal to
that
actually have that in my background.
do your
like
research
that. Yeah,
and
man, that's my
watch
ideal
documentaries. And the fact that you like We Are the World, I mean, I like that. But in your research, and digging deep into different things, what have you come across that was truly inspiring to you in your research?
Um, for me, watching documentaries, I think it was inspiring that artists,
Damn, that's a good question.
Um,
back then,
for me, watching documentaries, I think it was inspiring that
had to go
artists
travel here and there and do pop-up shops and
had it
meet
super hard back
I just
then
think,
because
like,
they didn't really have the
that's
internet, so it's just like
not only to
they like
that's-
had to go
that's like
travel
really
here and there and do pop-up shops and meet and greets and CD signings and shit like that. So I just think like that's inspiring because I'm like, man, not only can you do that, because that's like really what I do on tour, like
CP3, what you got?
do
What you
that
got,
kind of thing.
sons?
But then the fact that I can
Let's see,
capitalize
let's
on the internet
see.
too,
You rub your hands
I think
together
like
for
that's
Right.
very
Yeah,
inspiring.
you're coming up with another good question. You know, he's this very knowledgeable young man. You know, got some good knowledge with him. He's definitely
You rub your
done
hands
his
together
research
like
and he has a plan. Um, along the way, with you executing the plan, like you say, to have a label, what would your goal be, and what type of artist would you try to recruit for your label, and what would be your goal as a label? You know, moving forward, what would your goal for hip hop? Because I don't know if you watch the show, but I'm very critical of the latest generation of hip hop, and I'm not really a big fan of it. So, what do you feel about the state of music today, and where would you want to take it with your label?
I would prefer, I mean, it's like, a lyrical artist, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody
I would
rap and
prefer
they make it do up to
somebody who's like a lyrical artist, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody who actually rap and they may can do other things, but like somebody to have that as their home base, because I know how underrated it is. Now, don't get me wrong, we still got J. Cole, who's mainstream, and Kendrick and all of those other goats, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's like paying music, not that I don't love it, because I do love it. Paying music like the NBA YoungBoy, the Raw Wave, all of that is like the mainstream music right now. So I would like to push the narrative of the lyrical hip hop artists to be mainstream just as them. And my goal would just be to pretty much give them the knowledge that I have, the like keep them independent, not try to, like I said earlier, bring the industry on them. Like, I want to be for the artist. I want the artist to be richer than me. Like, so my goal is to make that happen, and I feel like it'll just create continuous
Good
thing.
shit.
If
So
he see me do
CP3 stole
that,
one of my
then
questions.
he gonna do that, and it's all
Man,
gonna
it
just
ain't
trickle
my
down. You know
fault.
what I'm saying? And it'll be a full circle. So that's just the vibe.
You stole one. So,
Okay, cool.
name an album that had an impact on your
So
life.
one of my questions.
album.
We still want. So name an album that had an impact on your life.
Yes,
Right
sir.
right now, CP3 clapping because
All
he's a
right.
Jay-Z fan.
Yeah, that's right, dog. That's what it's all about, baby.
The Reasonable
Why?
Doubt, Jay-Z.
See that? Right now, CP3's clapping because he's a Jay-Z fan.
My first introduction to music and hip hop was
Yeah, Reasonable Doubt.
Why?
in love with the
I just got
style.
I think that was like
It just piqued
not my first introduction to music and hip hop, but that's what kind of like that album made me fall in love with the style, and like it just piqued my interest to get more into music and to actually start rhyming on my own. So you know what I'm saying, like just do a little, like we kids, you just do a little rhymes and shit like that. Like that album made me want to start to learn how to rhyme words
All right, so
and to make a
you
song
wanna,
possibly.
have your label,
So
you
that's
wanna sign
that's why.
different artists and things like that. But going back to what we know about some of these labels, what we know about some of the shadiness in the business, and I'm sure in your research, you've seen some things. All the greats in history the label has always been a major part, not just the label in general, but who you sign with, what label you're going to. Every label has something to offer. So with that said, um, this is jumping the gun, but at the same time, I'm hoping that this helps you go in the future. But sell your label to these young artists out there. Tell them why they should trust you with their career.
You can tell you are.
Yeah, you gotta, you know how when you decide to do this label and you are talking to artists, you're gonna have to sell your label
You said tell
to,
you are
to
or
them.
scale. I couldn't
So
really hear the
based off
last
of
part.
the goals that you have and the plan that you have in your head, sell that to these young artists out here. Tell us what would be different about you than everybody else and all
Right.
these other labels.
My thing is just pretty much kind of what I said earlier, kind of piggyback what I said earlier, like, I'm before the artist. This ain't gonna be something
It is. My thing is just pretty much kind of what I said earlier to kind of piggyback what I said earlier. Like, I'm hearing to be for the artist, and this ain't gonna be something that's going to happen within the next 6 months. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But this is just my long-term goal. But I want to make sure that I'm in position enough to be able to accomplish my mission. So the piggyback off what I said earlier is to be for the artist and not for the industry. So to not make them like have them understand like, okay, this is a business. This ain't no hobby or nothing like that. We have to conduct business. But at the same time, I'm gonna push for you to be your own boss. That's so that's just pretty much what I want, and I want for that to be able for like that person to be able to make somebody else a boss.
But
And
have
so
you
that's
had any
what I'm
experiences
going for.
that caused you to feel like this is something that you need to do? Like, what are some of your experiences as to why that is something that you are striving to do?
It was something that feel like I just want to break the mold. You see so much in the internet and did you see what?
It's just something that I feel like I just want to break a mold because you see so much things on the internet and then you see what so much other people got going on and how like they like even the top artists like Meek Mill just said something about how the labels is just screwing them over or something like that, and I just want to be the person to say, okay, not only am I doing music, but I have a bigger purpose in hip hop and music and the music business. So that would just be something that I would want to break the mold on is for an artist to say being under Mula Da Vinci was the best experience ever. I mean, because I feel like that's just like anything you do. Like when you have kids, you set up for the next generation. So you set them up for success. So it's just that's just what it is. I mean, we know, like as funny as it sounds, like it's just like that's kind of what it is. Like you being a parent, then you got kids. It's like the parent label. You got kids. You got to make sure you take care of them so they can
and I'm gonna do this
make the
earlier.
next
Shout out
generation
to
better. So that's
Alexis
all I'm going for.
Limelight set this interview up, so we're gonna give her a shout out. Yesterday was her birthday, so we want to say happy birthday to Alexis.
Happy birthday.
And then also in Atlanta, she's in Atlanta now. She just started a new business doing body sculpting. She's a licensed business.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, so she's certified in doing that. So we just want to send her. She's on the grind, and we do appreciate when she takes time and she still networks with us and sets up these interviews, which a lot of our out-of-town guests come. So we always want to give her a shout out and definitely the After Bar staff would love to tell her happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Congrats.
Salute.
Happy birthday.
We always want to salute her and give her a shout out.
But now I have a real question. Give me your Mount Rushmore of music.
Definitely shout out to Limelight and happy birthday and congrats.
But now
I mean, it's yours. It could be 4, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 6. As long as it's not 100, we're good. Because, we got a time.
Okay, well, it's four of them, right?
It could be
Ever.
four, it could be two, it could be three, it could be
Yours.
six. As long as it's not 100, we good.
Okay.
We got a time limit.
right. Of the current, like currently, or just all in all.
Yours.
Yes.
Okay, wait, let's stop you right there. Why Lil Wayne?
Because we heard
I'm gonna have to say Jay-Z, Lil Wayne.
Okay, wait, let's stop you right there. Why Lil Wayne?
Cause I'm from like a little beachy area in South Carolina, and like we kind of like next to Charleston, and Charleston is like the next thing to New Orleans. So it's just like a lot of their style and music is just washed down our area. So I always wanted to be a hot boy, you know what I'm saying? Like I just had dreams of being.
I may ask
Yeah.
why. That doesn't mean I
just had
should
dreams of being a
so
hot
it doesn't
boy.
matter what I agree with this. You know, but go ahead, continue.
And I always tell people, just because I may ask why, that doesn't mean it's just your list. So it doesn't matter what I agree with or disagree. You know, but go ahead, continue.
Yeah. So Jay-Z, Lil Wayne,
As a rapper? What's
man, I will say Dr. Dre.
As a rapper? Well, it's music, so.
Yeah, because he like paved the way for some shit that I definitely respect. So Jay-Z,
right.
Lil Wayne,
Why you put Drake up?
Dre, and I would say my last one. Shit, this is the top of my head,
So
Drake.
which one is it both or is it one of
Why you put Drake
over the other?
But then you can't forget about
You putting Drake
I can't
and
forget about
J. Cole or
J. Cole. So yeah, that's it right there.
or the one over the other?
I like
You putting Drake and J. Cole, or is it?
no controversy to say about that.
Nah, when I put in Drake and J. Cole.
Okay, Lady Antoinette, what you got?
Well, first of all,
I like both of those.
we don't hear J. Cole that often.
We don't.
And I like that. I love that. I like his vibe. So that's cool. That's a new entry.
Yeah, and you know, real talk. J. Cole has put out platinum albums without having features.
There you go, right there. And
Flowers.
And I applaud that. I really do.
And he said, real talk. J.
So
Cole has put out platinum albums.
starting out, you know, you talked about Reasonable Doubt.
And I
That
love Cole.
inspired you. You talked about different things that you kind of researched to inspire you. When it comes to your flow itself, just your flow, where would you say you would put that? Like, is there a certain artist that you're similar to? Is there something that you came up with? Tell us about your flow.
Growing up, mainly what I listened to when I started getting into music heavily was like Up North Blues. So like that was
Growing up, mainly what I listened to when I started getting into music heavily was like Up North music. So like I went to Marla, the Rockefellers, even like everybody from that like wave in New York that just had a crazy, from Philly, New York, all of them. So I would say my style is more so. I wouldn't necessarily say an artist, but it's definitely not like the Atlanta sound, quote unquote. So I would just say it's more up north, because I'm actually like into like the lyrical, the bars. I still appreciate.
I'm anxious to hear some of the music,
like,
man.
not to say
Especially
that
after that last comment.
Yeah,
we about to play the video.
all right.
So we about to play your video real quick, and then we're gonna get back, and then we got some more questions after that. All right, so just hold on to the line.
What we about to do? We about to play the video. So we about to play your video real quick, and then we're gonna get back, and then we got some more questions after that. All right.
For sure.
Hold on to the line.
Look, I've been going through a lot of shit lately. Don't talk about it, expressing just ain't me. I tried it and it was a waste of my time. The only reply that I got is that's crazy. Carolina run through my blood. Got niggas who run in your house if I huddle them up. I came out the struggle with all of the muscle. I know that you dig it, so shovel it up. Look, smoke gas all day, gotta hydrate. Higher than Carolina crime rate. You running your mouth, but I know what your mind say. Pull out that tech, you don't know what to spit like a blind date. Sick of you niggas need meds. You bitches delusional, all of you sick in the head. Say that you got some receipts, the only receipts that you got when I left you on red. Shot at the doing Apollo, we blowing on kush with cushion, drinking a bottle. I only be fucking with niggas who rockin' with me, then my niggas, I swear that they solid. Bigger than Christopher Wallace is what I inspire to be. I'ma run up a check. You could be on the jet and you still ain't gonna ever be flyer than me. They admiring me, but I've been going through a lot of shit lately. Don't talk about it, this person just ain't me. I tried it and it was a waste of my time. The only reply that I got is that's crazy. Carolina run through my blood. Got niggas who run in your house if I huddle them up. I came out the struggle with all of the muscle. I know that you dig it.
And it wasn't in the store. I thought the two stores they had them.
Keep an eye on your bitch, cause them niggas are back door. Play dumb and I act slow.
I was looking for it.
Apparently, the music my therapy. My vision like Vivi's, I'm seeing the clarity. I can see the disparity. Funny you biting my style, I call it a parody. Carolina veteran, yeah, I keep me a Tommy like Jefferson. Only smoking exciting my preference, cause it keep me on point like a decimal. Heard you writing them statements is legible. That incredible, that's unacceptable. Wanna know where I'm at, then I'll let you know. You can catch me outside like a festival. She get flexible, but she get sexual. You worry about me, get your bitch, what you better do. I got niggas who doing the bad, but doing it bigger than niggas who wanna lose. Hey, look, bro, I've been going through a lot of shit lately. Don't talk about it, expressing just ain't me. I tried it and it was a waste of my time. The only reply that I got is that's crazy. Carolina run through my blood. Got niggas who run in your house if I huddle them up. I came out the struggle with all of the muscle. I know that you dig it, so shovel it up. I've been going through a lot of shit lately. Don't talk about it, this person just ain't me. I tried it and it was a waste of my time. The only reply that I got is that's crazy. Carolina run through my blood. Got niggas who run in your house if I huddle them up. I came out the struggle with all of the muscle. I know that you dig it, so shovel it up.
Yo, we back.
Yeah.
Hey.
Just because you like Dr. Dre, does that mean you need to do? You gotta be a West Coast CP3.
I gotta show the West Coast love too, baby. You know we got bills on the West Coast too, man.
But
Yeah.
I like the joint, the nice chill joint. I heard the sample influence. Did you have a main producer who did the track, or you did the track, or did you partner with, or would you get it off of like YouTube?
Did you have a main producer who did the track, or when you did the track, or did you partner with, or did you get it off of like?
Yeah, the Carolina song.
Oh yeah, I got that from my producer from Philadelphia, Bizzle Beats.
I like the fact that
he also my hold on, so y'all talking about the Carolina track, right?
Yeah, Carolina song.
But you branched out and got a
Yeah. Bizzle Beats from Philly. He produced that for me.
Like, I think
I like the fact that
when you get stuff out your comfort zone,
that you're from
it's like a beautiful thing.
but you branched out and got
So I think that's something
that's
dope.
not in your hometown.
I think that's
I
something
think
dope.
when you get stuff out your comfort zone,
So
it's like a beautiful thing.
And that way you're not
I think
stuck in a box either.
yeah.
You know? That creates a whole different vibe. So yeah.
I go back to the whole like music feeling like
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of go back to the whole like me just feeling like I would classify myself
Gotta
as
stay
an artist,
diverse
but I
in the
just
game,
don't
bring
wanna
different
be
things
stuck in
to
no
it,
box. I want to
different
just have
sounds,
fun with it,
because
you know what I'm saying?
people
Still
will get
make
tired of
music.
hearing the same thing. I know I do. So yeah, you definitely got to stay diverse and use different beats, everything. It's I like the track. It was a nice, like you said, nice riding joint.
Right.
I could see, riding.
CP3 produced it, by the way, too.
Yeah, I make beats also. I'm getting back into the, making beats now. I've been working a lot, but making beats does relax me. So I made a couple of tracks last night, and working on getting back into it a little bit. But Yeah, I definitely link up, send you my SoundCloud. You can check out some of the old stuff that I have, and I put out some of the new stuff soon once I get a nice little collection up. Hey man, anything's possible, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Has your voice changed already through the show?
Hell yeah, shoot them to me for sure.
It probably did. I'm like 6 beers in
That's
and
a bet.
3 backwoods, so who knows what might happen. And it's only an hour and a half into the show.
You got anything, Lady Esna, you want to ask them?
Yeah.
I kind of figured you did.
On this journey that you have going for your career, tell us about your support system. Who's your core?
I kind of figured you did.
Really, it's like a two system. It's like the DJs, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a lot of love to DJs, but I give a lot of love to DJs. I got the highest.
Really, it's like a two-way street because it's like the DJs, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a lot of love from the DJs, but I give a lot of love to the DJs. I got the highest respect for the DJs. So the DJs, and then me working with Al Green, shout out to OG Tony and Kingpin, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole Art Rev Soul team, you know what I'm saying? We got a great business relationship, and we just moving forward with getting everything done the right way.
That's like one of the biggest myths, the big trial. Actually, need a team to be successful.
A lot of people don't like being a solo artist, they just doing everything by yourself. And that's like one of the biggest myths. Actually need a team.
Yeah, the deeper you get, like at one point I didn't need a team because I just wasn't in that space yet. Like I wasn't working space yet. I had to get more serious. I had to get more consistent. I had to like figure out more things and how to move differently. And then it came to that point, like I'm like, okay, now it makes sense for me to definitely go ahead with this, because I just didn't have the mindset prior to that. So it just took me getting into that mind frame of understanding, like, okay,
no, I'm pretty
now
much
that
tapped
you got
out,
this
dog.
going, now you need
Cleaning
a
drinks,
team to kind of help you facilitate.
All my good questions,
and
and when I
work
do
everything
I'll
out.
get down. Next thing's gonna be asking about video girls and when the next video shoot.
Oh my.
That's why I'm trying to keep it PC, man.
You know they got country girls in the Carolinas.
I know, man. I ain't been out in North Carolina in a while. Get some barbecue and some booty to go.
Oh my God.
You know what?
Put barbecue sauce on both of them.
Oh my God.
You got any kids out there, CQ3?
Nah, I ain't been down. I was only down there when I was a kid. That was before. I was down at my grandmother down in Goldsboro. Yeah, Goldsboro.
Ain't that down there?
No, it ain't. That's why I say I ain't got no kids out with nothing but tobacco fields and darkness. That was about it.
Okay.
So now we come to my favorite part of the show.
As always, on At the Bar Radio with our live guests, we have bars at the bar. Hey man, you gotta build that shit up.
So it could be a written verse, it could be a freestyle. We just want to hear some bars.
Bars at the bar.
Okay. Yeah, y'all talking about going with that one.
That's the setup. We want to get you nice and comfortable.
Okay. y'all caught me off guard with that one, but it's all good. I like that. I said, shit, I gotta keep my third eye open because a lot of niggas mad on the low that I'm chosen. The feelings that you hold like your hairline, need to let it go like you held something frozen. I accept who I am while you cynical. I invest in my plans for residuals. I've been seeing a return on my manifestations. I just stayed down and remained patient. Used to wonder as a kid why everybody hated on Chris, but everybody loved Raymond. Used to feel like a chef when I cooked ramen. Now it give me major pain like my name Damon. Bad Vibes got me rubbing on my
Nice,
crystal.
nice.
Bad Vibes got
See,
me
you're a
touching
fan
on
of
my
television,
pistol.
so
I'm a little bipolar, gotta let
Everybody
you know
hates
the
Chris
deal, so
Malone
you
Green.
know
Right.
you post like a pickle. You know what I'm saying? It's a little light work.
I see you a fan of television shows. I caught those. Everybody hates Chris.
So, if
Green.
people wanted to find your music, where can they find it?
You know what I'm saying? It's a little fun.
You give a t-shirt answer on all platforms, but yeah, we definitely is.
So, if people wanted to find your music, where can they find it?
You know the cliche answer on all platforms, but yeah, but it definitely is though. You know what I'm saying? You just type it in, and really any platform, DSP, whatever, and you can find my music. Just Moolah Da Vinci. If you need to Google it, and all the links is right there as well. You know what I'm saying?
No, for you. I never have a trick question.
Find everything about Moolah Da Vinci.
But I'm sure
You want me to give a trick question?
Yeah, I know you had.
It ain't a trick question.
I knew you had one.
It ain't a trick question, but I'm gonna
I
ask
think
you
you
a
had the
question.
gun ready.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Oh shit.
All right. So, where you get your name from?
I knew you had one. I see she had the gun ready.
And like I would say about 10th grade, 9th going into 10th grade, that's when we started.
Moolah, that was an old high school name that I had from like I would say about 10th grade, 9th going into 10th grade. That's when I just started indulging in some things,
Inside
some funds in my pocket. So that's just where that stemmed from, and then Da Vinci. Then Da Vinci just came into play where I finally seen myself as an artist, and Leonardo da Vinci was just somebody who was like a Renaissance man. You know what I'm saying? Just somebody who just was good in different facets. So that's just how that came together.
Real quick. And look, thank you for your time. Hey, look, during the summer, let me not lie, because they did it today. Most of the time when the weather's permitting, BP3 likes to grill, and we call it grilling podcast. You are more than welcome if you want to take that trip down here. And, up here, and if you want to be live in the studio with us, and it's a party. I can tell you that. You might need to stay the night somewhere because we'll feed you. And we definitely will get you drunk.
Up here and want to be live in the studio with us.
Yeah.
Right outside of DC. Yeah, bring some video girls. Yeah.
That's what's up. You see y'all in DC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where we should not be in Baltimore for PIAA. I know y'all ain't never slipping a hop down the road, so we definitely try to make some things shake with everybody available.
Yeah, get some North Carolina girls.
Now you got some.
CP3 wants you to bring some girls. That's all.
Some North Carolina girls.
Yeah, he said North
Yeah,
Carolina.
man, I love DC. Man. I love
Love
Are you trying to talk country now?
I know about.
Uh-oh.
Now you got
Huh?
Hey, they gonna get a couple of kids, put it on them.
Oh, no.
He don't care.
They're gonna be on their back, on their
They might have a couple kids on them, so watch out now. They might have a few with that
CP3
ass.
on punishment.
I'm gonna let you go and I'm gonna go to the video because I don't even know what to say after that last time. It's very rarely that I can be speechless. Like that.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. But we like to thank you for your time.
All right, man. Have a good night, bro.
Thanks.
It's very rarely that I can be speechless. Like that's
CP3, you know.
Well, shit, I appreciate
So
everything.
ratchet.
Man,
You couldn't wait until he got off the line before you act up. You always acted up in front of company.
he know where they at.
So we can't take you nowhere.
He know where they at, dog. He know where they at. He know where they at.
Shout out to Retro World. This is his new video. Great new artist, man. We interviewed him
podcast. Got the one and only So Retro World. What's going on, man? What you got going on,
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Shit, look, man, we got a whole lot of dollars, man. A whole lot of dollars, man.
I'm just here to say this shit, man. Fuck all the dollars, man. saying? Let's play the win shit.
On her back on
No
the
shit,
screen.
no fraud shit.
Who knows?
I mean, I can actually get him.
Right, Biffy. Surprised you ain't choke eating that dry ass Biffy. Surprised you ain't choke eating that dry ass Biffy.
We play to win, another load they keep coming in. That bitch bad, but I want a twin. V long looking for a friend. Palm inches to my dividends. You took back ends from the wrong man. Try to rob me, then you gonna sin. This gas high, but it's potent. Mob ties in motion. Mob
I see everything.
Glock 34 whole 10. Me and gang don't do friends. For my back ends, got my loose ends. I'm real, no need to prove it. I need self-improvement. All my pain and my music. All this pain, I'ma use it. This rap shit, I'm really into it. This rap shit, I really influence. I had to call me a trap for all of the packs that I'm moving. Kids come and I'm acting clean. I know they watching my movements. I was selling high, showing love. Packs was booming. Stop assuming. Well, you can just ask. All of my business get toe tagged. I check for the snakes when I'm on grass. I'll throw you a P if you open. Go check on that boo who ain't come back. I heard he got shot in his colon. He really shitting on him with a bag. We play to win. Another load they keep coming in. That bitch bad, but I want a twin. V long looking for a friend. Palm inches to my dividends. Just back ends from the wrong man. Try to rob me, then you gonna sin. This gas high, but it's potent. Mob ties in motion. Mob ties been loafing. Glock 34 whole 10. Me and gang don't do friends. For my back ends, got my loose ends. I'm real, no need to prove it. I need a self-improvement. All my pain and my music. All this pain, I'ma use it.
The pick.
Yeah, I know. It's my birthday the 26th. I know.
Wonderful. I was looking at the rooms. Oh man. Like I showed her the one on the lower level with the little hot tub on it. Oh.
So my homegirl, your own little personal oasis.
Like
My homegirl, she didn't book her stuff yet, so she reached out. She was like, they still got some spots available. I don't know where you been booking.
we're on the fence.
I want you away.
Right. We're on the
We're on the fence.
We're on the fence. We're on the fence.
But also check some stuff in the area. Check some stuff in the area too. So you have
the whole little ambiance is like, you know, yeah, like all that. Like what you said, I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I like it with the whole little kind of.
I want check away. Molly come in different colors, get it prick a tan. My money stacked in different colors in the rubber bands. Got the connection with the plugs, baby, I'm the man. Just trying to turn this 50K into 100 grand. Open my shop around the clock, it's like I'm Dabba Dan. Just trying to test them 100 bricks that came cool again. From Mexico to California, shit know who I am. And what you say over the phone, get a nigga jammed. Never trust none of these niggas, even watch a man. Try to finesse me, even though I always had a plan. Since I'm the oldest, gotta be the one to feed the fam. I took the oath to never be the one to take a stand. My cars ain't rented, my credit 800. The houses paid for with some old show money. See, my cars ain't rented, my credit 800. The houses paid for with that old show money. I want check away. Just try to see if you can twerk something. Through to me, it's really worth something. I want check away. That booty clapping when she twerk something. Through to me, it's really worth something. I want check away. Just try to see if you can twerk something. Through to me, it's really worth something. So all I wear is OCA. O-C-A, I want check away. Damn, who you gonna shoot? Got the gas on lock, plus I still sell boot. I like my buffalo solid with the croutons. I hit that pussy better with my shoes on. Girl friendly kinda thick, but that still ain't true. To be honest, pussy looking like it's saggy and loose. Appreciate a nigga honesty with telling the truth. You break gas so the strain came midnight blue. Little thick pretty bitch, she a CNA. Got all my luggage with the pounds through the TSA. And since I can't pronounce her name, I just call her Bay. When I say Bay on Shopping Street, you shop with OCA. Pack touchdown, selling nothing less than 28. Fuck a safe, a nigga really tryna break the bank. Never been the one that give a fuck about what a nigga think. Cause I still judge. I want check away. Just try to see if you can twerk something. Through to me, it's really worth something. I want check away. That booty clapping when she twerk something. Through to me, it's really worth something. I want check away. Just try to see if you can twerk something. Through to me, it's really worth something. So all I wear is OCA. O-C-A, I'm one check away.
How you feel about that incident earlier? Hey, these guys' hands shouldn't be so wet. That's, yeah, I'ma say it just like that. I'm not gonna say pause, none of that. Hey, that joint slipped straight through my hand. Go to commercial, go to commercial, go to commercial. Cut.
Run, young.
That boy Peace or crazy.
No. I was down, now I'm really about to go get up. 10 rounds, now that nigga can't get up. That's what you get when you go fuck with the vision. My money be piling, we don't do division. The feds be watching, I just gotta get up. I was just down, now I'ma get up. Sleeping on me, I bet that they get up. My money was low, but now I'ma get up. Oh, bet that we get up. Pushing this weight, I'm doing sit-ups. I was just dirty, now I got my fit up. Too good for these bitches, I bet they gon' miss us. And I pack a bag if you think that I'm trippin'. I keep this shit brisk, like I'm sip Lipton. Even though niggas don't know what to get on. You ain't shit, till your niggas go and get on. Get you some pack, go make a flip homes. Yeah, I'm stuck in my bad ways. Niggas always being burnt out, so I dip them all in the ashtray. I don't understand these niggas that just always talking about, yeah, they past ways. I don't understand these bitches always comparing me to they past days. I give a fuck about you, you give a fuck about me. I just be rapping for money, you be rapping for free. Feel like that I rap like a god, the reason they call me a G. I'm against all of these odds. Niggas ain't fucking with me. Never no worries, Hakuna Matata. They say that I'm hot cause the devil with Prada. I'm Soulja Boy first and these niggas gon' follow. Catching no feelings, you catching these hollows. Ride with Rodriguez like I fuck with Rollo. Ain't got no time when I see this Movado. Bet that bitch shine like I'm in Monte Carlo. Looking at me like I done hit the lotto. Counting your last days, get hit up. Talking that trash, Shay on Twitter. Your bitch, she be bad, yeah, I'm with her. When she see me, her face be lit up. Boy, better go ahead and mind your business. I don't go back and forth like tenor. Run this game, I don't get no finna. But we bout to get up. 10 rounds, now that nigga can't get up. That's what you get when you go fuck with the vision. My money be piling, we don't do division. The feds be watching, I just gotta get up. I was just down, now I'ma get up. Sleeping on me, I bet that they get up. My money was low, but now I'ma get up. Oh.
So that was the latest Renegade video. I gotta put that single out, but from the bottom of my heart. Forward to me, brother. From the bottom of my heart, fuck Spotify.
Oh.
Renegade video.
Okay, the bottom. Not the top, all the way to the bottom. Go all the way through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have no comment. They haven't messed with our podcast, so say nothing.
And I'm still put this podcast on.
I don't need no more technical beef.
Yeah, I'm all about beef. I go to war for no reason.
They hurting my views, man. I can't take it no more. They done kicked me in the balls, man.
53 sound defeated.
Because, man, I went from almost 3,000 views on my show to I'm barely getting 400 now. And that's been almost a year now. I see the memories coming up and see the old
but wait a minute. That wasn't they were picking on you. You said a lot of mean things to people. Trust me, from a person who says mean things to people all the time.
Yeah, but that's
you said a lot of mean things.
I was provoked.
Here we go.
I mean, you started the show by telling somebody to eat a bag of beef.
I mean,
Yeah, but for that, you was talking about rimming.
You said a lot of mean things.
Yeah.
Like I say, I lick some ass, but I ain't kissing no ass. So,
You started the show by telling somebody to eat a bag of baby dicks. A bag
Look at his face. He was like, "Oh, hey man, we learn, we teach and learn
The
things
mic,
here."
we didn't have mic power, and then I hit the button, and
And he's
it
saying
came on.
First thing that came on is eat ass. So we started out the show with education, man. This is what we do here. We educate on all levels
That's
here.
what you do. You decide you want to do that.
I mean, fresh out the shower. I mean, fresh out the shower, man. I just don't do everybody, but you know, the right
You just
one.
don't do everybody.
Yeah, fresh out the shower, the right one. Hey, man.
You just like sharing information. That's so sweet of you.
You know, sharing is caring.
Thank you for sharing the information.
I mean, because people out here think about this stuff, but they're afraid to talk about it. I'm trying to help
Like to
them.
talk about women.
Some people are trying to let them know there's nothing wrong with talking about these things.
There's nothing wrong with talking about women.
No, it's not. It's a part of sex. And that's why some of these, I think we have some of these issues in this country because we
they
don't
talk
educate.
about sex?
Yeah, they don't educate the kids at a young. No, they don't educate the kids. They try to sweep it under the rug, and then the kids go out there and do it, and that's why some of them end up pregnant or with STDs because they're not
So you
protecting
think all
themselves.
parents should tell their kids about women?
I
What
mean,
is the appropriate age that you tell your child?
you can tell them about. I say
Hey, sir,
about.
you haven't read your girlfriend yet?
Let's see, I had my ass flicked around. What age?
You
Let me
take it
think.
to the next level.
Hey,
You
man.
right now. If I tried to even think about talking about women to my son, I really feel like, and my son know I'm crazy. I think he'd hit me. Like real talk, no, he'll probably hit me.
Like, look, son.
And then we
There might be a
gonna have
young
to
lady-
fight, and somebody, I'm not naming names, gonna end up in the hospital. And guess who fault it's gonna be?
I
CP3.
can see that conversation. Look, son, there might be a young lady that might wants to, you know, lick your ass. There's nothing wrong with that. If you don't like it, just tell her, please don't do it. You know, exactly. Yeah.
It's too many names.
They have so many names for it. I don't use jelly or surf or anything.
Is this what we doing now? This what we doing today?
So, CP3,
Yo.
and I will never forget you. I will never forget this conversation. So me and Grip used to work at Blockbuster together. And I was the assistant manager, and the white boy, Dave, was the manager. So we were doing overnight.
used to work at Blockbuster.
Shaking his head. He
No,
doesn't
no,
know.
specific.
Manager,
You hired me.
white boy.
Like you got me a job there, brother.
Yeah,
Like
yes.
you know what I mean?
So
Like,
we were
Meaning you put him
like,
in a situation.
you know what I mean? Like I owe you one.
So we were both there, right? And
A job there, brother.
Yeah,
Like,
so we were working, and we were doing inventory.
like
So it was me,
you know what I
Grip,
mean? Like,
and our manager, the white boy,
there,
Dave.
right? And so we
He's
were
back,
working,
he knows this
and
story.
we were doing
So-
inventory.
Dave
So it was me,
used to
Grip,
think
and
he was
our manager, this white boy named Dave.
like a map to black women. And I used to violate the shit out of it.
So
No, you wouldn't.
Dave,
I'm like all the
thing
Yeah, all like
If you saw it, you would.
no, that yeah.
like, to black women.
No,
That's why I said, oh,
If you saw him, you'd be more like,
yeah. That, but this, oh, bless your heart. That's a bless your heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Because one day he told me, he was like, I bet I get him a black girl. I was like,
Oh.
I really did. But if you think you could, you could try. So he actually tried to date one of my ex-girlfriends. And I died
One
laughing.
day he told me, he was like,
So-
I get more black girls. I was like, how? I was like,
I had a situation.
We had a
you
conversation,
could try.
and we were
So he actually
talking
tried
as
to-
all
he
men
actually
do,
tried to
having
date
met.
one of my ex-girlfriends.
So,
Locker room
And I
talk.
died.
locker room talk. So, and I think Jeffrey was there too.
we had a
Yeah,
conversation.
so Jeffrey was up to me, Jeffrey
and we were talking
Jeffrey
as
was
all
dope
men
with.
do, having men.
Oh,
So,
my God, I already know this about
so we
to be
all
bad.
talking, we doing the sex talk thing,
And I think Jeffrey.
and
Yeah, so
Dave comes out of left field. Actually, we weren't even, I don't even know who we were talking about. We might have been, but Dave
So
was
we
out of left
all
field.
talking, we doing the sex talk thing.
Well, y'all ain't never had your thing stuck in and
Dave comes out
and
of
your girl put your
Actually,
finger in your
I
ass
don't even know
and
who
the
was talking
whole room
We
went
might
quiet.
Dave comes out of left field goes,
The whole room went
You
quiet.
ain't never had your
So,
thing sucked
and then
and your girl
Jeff
put your
basically looks
finger
at
in your
Grip.
ass, and the whole room
Grip
went
looks
quiet.
at me because that way now they're like,
The whole
why did
room
he
went
say?
quiet.
So the two things that they're thinking is, why did he say
Jeff
this?
basically
And then
said
it's like,
Grip.
why did he say this in front of me? Because
Why
they
did he say
know I'm the three
the
bucks.
thinking is, why
I'm
did
going to go
he say this? And then it's
all
like,
the way in.
why did he say this in front of him?
I'm going to call you every
Because
name in
they
the book.
know
I'm going to make fun of this most intimate moment with you and make you question yourself
all
afterwards.
the way
And I
in.
did.
I
called
going
him
to call you
everything I could think
name
of.
in the book.
I refer
going to
to
make fun of this most
American
intimate
Pie.
moment with you.
Like when they put the trumpet up the dude, I was like, yo, you might as well have her strap on the dildo. Like I said any vile thing that came to mind.
Didn't he say he liked
Like when
it?
they put the trumpet up the dude,
If you let her do
I
it,
was
you
like,
like it.
yo,
No, not
you might as well have her strap
Hey,
on the
look,
dildo.
he didn't go in the shower and
Like,
cry. The fact that he
I
said
said
openly
any vile
amongst
thing
three
that
other
came
men,
to
he
mind.
must
But he
have
said
liked
it like it was a good thing.
Yeah, like I
Like
don't
y'all
talk-
ever had this happen?
I don't talk about my non-favorite food.
You trying to make sure it wasn't just him. He was
That was you were trying to make sure it wasn't just
Nah, it was you.
Yeah, like
that's what that
He
was.
was proud.
I
Oh.
don't talk about
He
my
probably cried in the
non-favorite
shower after. He probably just happened the night before. So he probably thought it was something that happened. She probably said, I do this to all my black women.
But honestly,
He probably cried
more
in the
people
shower
do it
after.
than
It
admit
probably
it.
just
I
happened
mean,
the night before.
But the
So he
fact
probably
that
thought
he
was something
admitted
happened.
it.
He probably said, I do this to all
But
my
my
black
thing is
boyfriends.
that I mean, I don't like that's like why would that be something you talk with your guys? Like
That's not a-
even
that's not locker
if it's something that you do, that's your business. But why would you talk about it much? Hey, dude, like
Yeah, the deep,
So,
yeah, the
locker
deep
room-
secret, he just wanted to get out.
Locker room talk means different things to different people.
Yeah,
And
that-
sometimes it's a cultural
I was just about to say, yeah,
conversation.
I mean, after that conversation, I believe I never shook his hand.
Well,
Yeah, that.
I mean, he let you know he's like really, really kinky,
I mean,
so
after that
you don't know what he
conversation,
do.
I never shook his hand.
With
He
his
had a little,
hand.
he had a little switch in his mouth.
Oh, you know what?
I'm just being offensive.
But honestly,
you like what you like.
biologically speaking, it is supposed to be something that men enjoy.
So,
Yeah, they say that's
so I was talking to my ex, and she was like, well, so we had this conversation, and
So,
Yeah, they say that's
we were talking,
so I was
and she
talking
was
to my
talking
ex,
about this.
and
She fucked
she
one
was
of her
like-
boyfriend with a dildo.
well, because we had this conversation before, and
So first of
we
all,
were talking.
when we were
and she
talking, I was like, let
about
me just tell you
this.
something.
She fucked one of her
If we
boyfriends.
ever get into an intimate moment and you want to get the shit beat out of you, go
So
anywhere
first
near
of
my
all,
ass. I will
when we
not
were
do shit.
talking, I was like, let
I'm
me
not
say
playing.
something.
I don't play.
my personal thing.
If we ever get into an
People,
intimate
I think
moment,
it's a whole gender.
and you want to get the shit
But-
beat out of you, go anywhere near my
real
house.
broad. Some people don't care about gender roles.
Yeah, I mean, look, if he's cool with it, that is his business.
No,
But I'm telling her, if we ever in that situation and you want to get hurt,
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
look,
Yeah. So,
if
I'm
he's
saying-
cool
I'm
with
gonna
it, that is his
don't
business.
confuse him with me.
so when I say
But I'm telling
biologically
her, if
speaking,
we ever in that situation,
it technically does not require a full blown
I'm saying,
dildo to get to
don't
where you
confuse him
need
with
to
me.
get to. It does not require that to get the experience that men should find enjoyable from that. You don't need a full blown dildo to reach that spot.
But I knew another black girl that
That's terrible.
she you can fool people. I don't talk to her, but she
Please don't tell me she said a dildo too.
no, but
Oh, God.
she
I know another
she-
black
she-
girl
she
that-
took two things stuck in her man's ass,
we were
and I was
cool
just
people.
like, yo,
I was
so
Did you say two?
she said two.
But I'm
No,
So, but I told her this. I was like,
she
did he get in the shower
two things
and
stuck
you
in her
didn't hear
man's
anything?
ass.
And then she was
And I
like,
was
yeah.
just
I was like,
like,
that nigga probably cried. And then
So, but I told her this. I was like,
Yes,
"Did
you are a
get in the
horrible
shower
person, like
and
you.
you didn't hear anything?" And then she was like, "Yeah." I was
I
like, "That
have
nigga
no
probably
feelings
cried."
sometimes.
I just want to note Y'all were complaining about my conversation 5 minutes ago. So that's why I'm sitting here.
Women in that position, women need a man that's not with that shit. But like their reaction that she gonna get.
But here's the
like,
thing.
But that's a conversation.
You know what I mean?
But the thing is, she did it to him, and then she got her homegirl to do it to her baby father, and then.
And that was a fight.
But then, it became, but that destroyed their relationship. And even
Because you're supposed to have that conversation.
and even with her boyfriend, like at that time, he wound up leaving her and cheating. And then when she called me about it, she was like, she called for crying. And like, ladies, if you have a male friend like me, and when you call me with this bullshit, I'm gonna tell you the realest shit that you ever heard. Because I'm like, wipe the tears off your face, look in the mirror, and it's your fucking fault.
Oh my god!
Like, one, if you're testing, if you're gonna test your dude's manhood, look in the mirror, then y'all don't need to be in a relationship.
Thank you. I don't like that, and honestly, that comes from men and women. I feel like that's a violation. You don't have to have that conversation.
It's one thing, and that's the thing. She didn't have that conversation. He did it.
What if you want to do it?
You can't.
He did it, and then she complained, and then you gonna complain? Well, I think he's gay now. Of course. What the fuck you think he's gonna be? I mean,
that's a violation. I'm completely against that.
You did something. You tested his man, and you didn't even talk to see if he was comfortable with it. He was okay. Some people are, and some of the.
But that's why you have the conversation.
But that's when you have to talk to your babe. Can I do this? Can I do that? You know, boom. You gotta be comfortable.
Yeah, that's
I feel
like don't laugh at me, y'all. But I feel like she raped them.
She probably did.
Like you can't just do. You know what I mean? That's a violation.
I mean, if I'm penetrating you, then you trying to penetrate me.
I was waiting on SVU.
Somebody needs a.
You said what?
They did an episode on SVU where the wife was raping her husband with a dildo.
See?
Yeah.
Oh, that's traumatic. But I watch SVU too, man.
Yeah, that's you was all in there.
I don't watch that shit.
I watch SVU, but my thing is, in any relationship, you shouldn't be, whether it's physical or anything, you shouldn't be putting your significant other in a situation like that. That's a violation. And if he with it, then he would. Me personally, I don't have a desire to penetrate my man. Like that's not a desire.
But
I don't. Why would I want to? I don't want to penetrate him. That's not.
But back in the day, I remember watching an episode of HBO Real Sex, and it was.
See, let me tell you, that's why our culture, our generation is the way we are because of that show. Me and my friends were talking about it because we grew up
watching it. The funny thing about it was a black people. But it wasn't. This wasn't black people. This was white people.
But it wasn't.
But it's called Real Sex.
And it's called Real Sex. But at the time, it wasn't real. It was literally the out of the ordinary. That's the reason why they put it on there. So us, our impressionable selves, were like, oh, this was real. This is what they're doing across the country.
Try to normalize. Try to normalize.
Right, they normalize all of this stuff now, especially in this area. The lifestyle is a force to be reckoned with, and all these people are people who watch Real Sex and try to tell you.
So this is big in Baltimore. So back when we still had True Radio, GOP and CP3 did this, got this comedian
So this is big in Baltimore. So back when we still had True Radio.
In the middle of the interview, she pulled out a giant
GOP and
it was, it was awkward and funny, but she was into Peggy.
Up-and-coming comedian.
Wait, you said giant though. That's not pegging.
In the middle of the interview, she pulled out a giant dildo.
That's right.
You know, it was awkward and funny, but she was into pegging.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not mad, but I can't. I'm comfortable with it.
First of all, like the girl is like over there, but when she pulls it out, and you see the look on CP3's face, he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, No, what?
That
Like,
nigga
where
was
the fuck
that
did this
nigga
come
was
from?
happy to uncomfortable.
Because we didn't know where the fuck that came from. Because first of all, I didn't know what pegging was until she told us.
Explained it.
Yeah,
Like
so
you explained the Remington.
yeah, exactly. But licking ass and penetrating ass, male ass is two different
But it's
things.
still booty hole.
Yeah, but it doesn't. There's no dildos involved when I do
Oh
it.
my goodness.
So yeah, she pulled that joint out, and I was like,
Yeah, that's it. So it was funny because I wasn't on the show that day. I was in the audience. I was the look on his face. Like I took a picture.
Yeah, that's it.
It wasn't
So
gonna
it
pop.
was funny because
Yeah.
I wasn't on the show.
I had a similar moment like that with my niece, who's a lesbian. I was having a cookout, and she had all her lesbian girlfriends in the backyard. I had my folks in the house. Nah, I'm in the back still cooking. You know, I'm used to the ladies being out there. Then the back gate opened up and like 14 flaming gay dudes just come in.
And that made you uncomfortable.
I just wasn't expecting to see you. Would you expect 14 flaming gay dudes to come through your back gate at one
14 random men anyway. Relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of them flamers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They came, I'm sure they made an entrance.
Yeah, I got the fuck out of here. I grabbed my foot off the grill and got the fuck out of here. I'm like, we're gonna stay inside. You guys can stay outside. That shit is great. Nah, I mean we party.
It'll catch you off.
Yeah, we had a
guard.
good time. Yeah, we had a 48-hour. I used to have a 40-hour cookout, so we partied all weekend. Yeah. So yeah, we had a good
But I
time.
didn't. I thought you was gonna say somebody because honestly, there are some lesbian women who walk around with their strap on them. Which I'm like, you are extra ready. I'm confused about that. That is something different.
Okay, you
I
going
don't-
commando?
Yeah, that's something that's I don't.
I always tell.
And I'm like, oh, all right, if that's what you do.
I always tell them, the only difference between yours and mine is yours stay hard longer than mine, but mine is real. And your girl gonna miss the real more than she'll miss it all the time.
Yeah, you don't know. And some of them probably feel real nowadays. I mean, real talk.
Facts.
So.
Robert, it ain't still scared.
I feel
no,
you.
but you can't.
But there are some women, lesbians, that prefer that one over the real one.
Well,
So there's that.
let's get it straight. A lesbian does not get penetrated.
Huh?
A lesbian does not get penetrated. A true lesbian does not get penetrated.
Okay, a woman who only dates women is a lesbian. What they do in their bedroom?
I know true lesbians that have never been penetrated at all, and they say they consider themselves lesbians. Any woman that's been penetrated is not a lesbian.
That's definitely an opinion because when you look up what a lesbian is, they don't talk about whether or not she has
It's a valid point, though. It's a valid point. I gotta give them some credit on that. It's a valid point.
Yeah, but that's just
because you got some of them that's on both sides of playing against a lesbian, but then they still go sleep with a dude.
You're right, but that's liars. That's what they call it.
But you shouldn't be able to label yourself as a lesbian if you've been penetrated.
But
I agree with them.
Well, no, but a lesbian is a woman who dates another woman. You know what I mean? It's about who you're dealing with, not what you're doing specifically in the bedroom.
Say she's a
Because
homosexual,
everybody in the
not a
bed,
lesbian.
there are straight men who enjoy getting penetrated by their wives. We just had that conversation.
But you can be a
But that
homosexual
don't mean
and
they
not be
gay.
a lesbian. Are we saying homosexual and lesbian is the same thing?
Yes.
I'm differing because of that fact. That's what I'm trying.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to break some science
I got
in.
you.
Man, Brown, man, I told you, man.
I was talking about what Webster said, but you go ahead.
Fuck
please. You
Webster.
had it.
Fuck Webster.
Okay.
Motherfucker, oppressive ass.
Oh, wow.
It's a white man's dictionary. We just talking about black power and shit. Then we're gonna refer to a white man.
Show me the black one, not the ratchet one on the
The Ebonics
internet.
dictionary, damn it.
The who? I'm sorry, what?
The Ebonics dictionary.
The
Nah.
white man
Shout out to
made
CP3 favorite magazine growing up, Black Tail.
Hey man, there's always some nice black tail in there. Got me started.
So real quick,
this whole show
Shout out to
is ratchet.
CP3's favorite magazine, Growing Up Black Tail.
Let's see if we can save it. I look at one of the hosts and he's
So real quick,
Ain't no saving this one.
No.
We just gotta ride the wave,
by
dog.
one of the hosts, I mean.
I don't know.
So Bath and Body Works did some Bama ass shit.
What these motherfuckers have done?
I bet you do.
What they do?
So they did. It's on the At the Bar page. So they did
So Bath
a
and Body
fake
Works is
ass
Alabama ass shit.
African line for
Oh yeah, I
Black
did.
History Month.
I did.
I
Yeah.
bet you do.
Yeah.
The white
So
kids.
they did. It's on the
Go
At the
ahead.
Bar page.
So,
So they
like
did
it's like
a
Bath and
fake
Body
ass
Works for
African line for
So it's like
Black
really
History
ratchet.
Month.
And
Yeah.
and I ain't never known them to do this. And
So
They haven't.
like it's like Bath
Ever.
and Body Works for Wakanda. So it's like really
Because I
ratchet.
mean,
So what was
And-
that? So what
and-
did they
and-
do?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
ain't never known
Explain
them
what
to
they
do
dressed.
this.
They basically put African dress up on their products and labeled it like Black or African.
But it's still keep coming about
They
it.
they basically put African dress up on their products.
So they basically put blackface on it.
Black or African.
So instead of moonlit paths, it was moonlit paths down the Nile.
With the Congo drum.
They basically put
Let me
blackface
answer that
on
thing.
their
Look at her face. He's so
Like it's going on right now. Like they have it in the stores. Wow.
They're gonna it's capitalism. They're gonna try to capitalize on everything.
We're in an age where you have a certain group of people who have deemed certain things offensive, but it doesn't have anything to do with them. Okay, like of course we have the I'm wearing a Washington football team sweatshirt. So when it comes to the Washington football team and the name Redskins, you have a lot of Native Americans that support it. You have some that are against it. But once a certain color of people were against it, then we had movement one way or another. And then we have our culture, our society right now. They're so sensitive, but they're sensitive about other people's struggles. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody came to me referencing my complexion or my hair or something like that, a Caucasian woman off to the side might step in because she heard that, you know, she should be woke, right? And she may jump in and say, that's offensive, but I'm not offended. So sometimes that happens, or some people want to take initiative and in their mind they're doing right, but they're ignorant to what the real facts are. And they're not educated enough to really know how to go about it. So to honor Black History Month, we didn't ask you, Bath and Body Works, to have some shea butter. We didn't ask you to get your ingredients from the Congo for 1 month. We didn't ask you to do that. If you want to honor Black History Month, donate to the United Negro College Fund. Do that. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need your little butters and stuff that you need out here, because you know the white people they get the butters. You know, I can get my butters elsewhere. Okay, so it's just a classic case of somebody, we should do something, and it's a group of people that it does not affect. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know it went wrong. You know who wasn't in the room when that decision was made.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna dress it up in African. We're gonna dress it up. Oh, yeah. What's that stuff called?
It's ethnic.
What's that stuff called? Oh, that shea butter.
The butters.
Let's get the butters.
All of them.
It's all about making. It's all about making money.
Even if the minority is in the room, sometimes they'll stay quiet or silent, or they are silenced. They're not listening to the right stuff.
So the thing about it is, you have to be the person. You have to be the person that's unafraid to not get the unpopular opinion. And when you say these things, like,
so
you gotta be able to do it.
You have to be the person.
So I remember
You have to be the
when
person that's unafraid to not
we
give
used
the
to do
unpopular opinion.
the Juneteenth, right? So
you gotta be able to deal with it.
there was a great activist
So I
who
remember
put on
when,
an event that wasn't in Juneteenth, but before he was murdered.
Juneteenth thing, right?
And
So
while we were doing the Juneteenth thing,
there was a great activist.
we had
who
this
put on a
guy, I
event
think he was
that
Spanish
wasn't
or
in Juneteenth before.
and he was like,
murder.
well, how
And,
about we just
while
not
we were
do
doing the
Juneteenth
Juneteenth
thing,
thing,
but we'll do what this guy is
he
doing.
had this
And
guy, I think he was Spanish or
I
something.
think we'll take over what he was doing
And
and
he was
this.
well,
And
how
the room
about
got quiet.
Yeah.
And I was, somebody had to be the villain. And I was like, no.
And
I was like,
I think we'll take
that's a
over
terrible
what
idea.
he's doing and this,
That's the stupidest idea I've ever heard in my life.
But did you explain why?
I did.
Because that's the key right there. Some people don't explain why. That
I was
man
like,
literally did not
that's a
understand.
terrible idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the
And I
stupidest
explained,
idea
like,
I've ever heard in my
one,
life.
the man has passed.
I did.
If anybody should carry on his legacy, anybody should carry on his legacy should be his family. And they should decide what they want to do.
Yes.
Two,
And I explained,
I would
like,
not,
one,
under
the
any
man has
circumstances,
if anybody should carry on his legacy,
or for another man.
anybody should carry on his legacy should be his
I
family.
refuse to.
And then
So
on top
you
of that, to
choose-
get rid of Juneteenth stuff.
Yeah. And I was like, if you choose to do that, that's cool. I just won't be a part of this. However, I do represent 90% of the music that y'all have. So if I go,
Yeah.
they
And I was like, if you choose to do that, that's cool.
It's
I
a
just won't
classic
be a part
case
of it.
of
However, I
us
do
saying,
represent
forgive
90%
them,
of the
Father,
music
for
that
they
y'all
know
have.
not what
So,
they do.
I go.
Because there are so many people that are uneducated and they just don't know. And we can't just say, that's bad, and not explain why. You know, we got to explain the why in the situation, because if I'm out and about and I have some woke, you know, woman of another race coming up to me, hey sister, like this, and go and, oh, you know, I got braids in my hair, and then goes and tries to touch on my hair. No, this is why you cannot do that. You don't have to call me sister. You don't have to put your fist up. That's not necessary. And don't touch my hair. That's disrespectful. You're petting me. I don't want to be petted. You have to explain everything, because people just.
You told them before I keep up.
I mean, I let them know. I tell them before, and I let them know that if this happens again, if this is repeated, there's consequences. Because now I've told you, and if you do it again, that's disrespectful.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. You got to, because people only know from their own experiences. Because people are afraid to go outside of their own boxes, because they're afraid to hear different people's opinions that might, you know, tell them that their opinion is wrong. So they're used to being around the same like-minded people, so they're not used to different. So they think they can do that. So you have to explain it to them. And, you know, like I said, I used to, you know, get upset, but then I realized that you can't get upset at them for their ignorance. You can only try to educate them, because that's the only way you can get rid of the prejudice, because it's what? They're prejudging off of what they don't know. So you can't just yell and cuss and fuss at them and, you know, call them stupid or ignorant and not educate them, because then they're just going to be stupid and ignorant doing the same thing somewhere else, and they're going to come across the wrong person. Then you got somebody that's on the news running for a award. It's not worth all that. So instead of getting upset, take a step back, take a breath, and realize that they don't understand. And no matter what way they say it, hopefully not disrespectfully, it's basically a cry for help. Like, I need help understanding why I think this way. And that's the way I look at it. And like I say, yeah, I've seen on my social media, I cuss motherfuckers out when they cross the line. But like I say, out of 10%, out of 10% of those, well, I say about 15% of those conversations with folks that we started out just insulting each other, we became friends. Because after we got through the insults and we didn't take it personal, and at the end of it, we realized we both had the same idea of what we wanted, just a better country, a better place to live, just had different thought processes of doing it. And there's no reason to get mad at somebody because they have a different thought process. We were raised that way.
Right.
And that's what pisses me off now with this whole people are getting offended with what we say. We were told as long as they don't put their hands on you, fuck it. But now if somebody's saying something that hurts your feelings, now you got to be offended and it needs to come down, they need to be fired. What the fuck? Everybody isn't going to agree. You aren't going to agree with everybody, what they say, and they're not going to agree with you. Why the fuck do you think somebody should lose their job, or that is because they hurt your little feelings? Fuck your feelings. It's life. Life is going to fuck you more than somebody else's feelings. And it's just killing me. Yeah. As long as you don't put your hands on me, I don't give a
But you
fuck.
know that this country is literally run by the people whose parents argue that all the kids should get a trophy.
Yeah,
for on their
participation
team.
war, motherfuckers. I know.
That's who the country is run
Yeah,
by.
I smacked
That's
all
the
of them little
reason why we're
motherfuckers.
dealing with this.
Yeah, and I coached. When we lost, I broke the motherfucking trophies. Y'all ain't getting shit. Y'all lost. Fuck that. Shit.
All right,
fucking
John
right.
Creed.
Yeah, fuck that. You know, participation. We ain't participate my ass. We going to hit practice
You
places
should
hard
have been
next
on
week.
the Black Karate Kid. John Creed.
No retreat, no surrender, goddammit. Yeah.
The second place
You
trophy.
fucking right.
You broke the trophy?
Man, we don't get no second place, man.
It's a little
Man, when it comes to winning and coaching, baby, ain't no second place, man.
Broke the trophy?
There is the second place.
No,
I
it
just
ain't.
don't agree with the participation trophy.
No, it ain't.
There's the first, second, and third.
Either your first or your last. Bobby, Ricky Bob.
When you take the value of striving to be better,
I disagree.
it decreases the value of people on wanting to do.
When you
Right,
take
right.
So
when
if
you
I don't
take
have
the
nothing,
value of
if you're
striving
telling
to be
me
better,
whether I come in first, second, last, or third,
it decreases the value of people.
I'm going to get the same trophy and the same gratitude. Then what is the point?
If I don't have nothing to do, if you're telling me
It
whether I
makes
come
it
in
hard.
first,
So
second,
some
last,
companies
or third,
like the company I work
I'm going to get the same trophy and the same.
no matter
gratitude.
what,
What is the
even
point?
if you're a shitty employee, you're going to get a raise.
It makes it hard. So some companies
They don't
like
do it
like
after
the
the
company I work
evals.
Even if I give you a bad eval,
no matter what,
Is
even if
it
you're
the
shitty
people who got good evals get a bigger raise?
no,
What?
I guys will get the same percent.
I'm gonna give you my trash performance.
So
even if I give you
what
a
is
bad
the
eval,
what is the incentive
There is none.
Right.
of you doing good?
Doing the bare minimum, baby.
Because at this point, if I show up and just do enough not to get fired
what
for
is
a year,
what is the
You will get a
incentive
raise. That's not good.
of you doing good? Because
Not good. There's no
because
incentive.
at this
Sometimes
point,
it's hard.
give
if
good
I show up
performance.
and just do enough not to get fired for a year,
it's
Do they
no-
promote easily?
Now that'd be a different story. The chances are, if you're a shitty performer, you was under me. You probably gonna have some type of right.
it's no.
If I could give a
Now,
motherfucker right up for breathing.
The chances are, if you a shitty performer, if you was under me, you got
Pull your
you
mask
probably
up.
gonna have some type of writer.
Why are you looking at Barney?
You know. If I can give a
Cause
motherfucker
I
writer-
love you, and you love me.
You know that's.
Everybody know that.
Speaking of Barney,
Mhm.
okay, I want to share this with y'all.
Oh shit.
Okay, so and I put a post up. I don't know if y'all saw it, but there was a post that was going around circling. These young kids were like, "Oh my God, I just found out that Barney was imaginary on the show. Like he was invisible, right?" And I'm like, are these kids really that dumb? You do know that in the song they say Barney is a dinosaur from our imagination, right? That's like in the song. And at the end, unfortunately I had to watch it. My nephew was into it.
Yeah,
At the end of the song, it says Barney can be your friend too if you just make believe him. Now I can't tell you what happened in the middle of the episodes because I knew when it came on, so I heard the little song, and I knew when it went off. Barney was a stuffed animal, and the adults went away. Barney got big. Before the show went off, Barney go back to his stuffed animal. The adult walk in, and the show's over. So if y'all watch Barney all the time, I'm confused.
Well,
I tell you, baby.
I can sum this up for you real quick. They hard.
Technically, I didn't watch it. I just left it on for my nephew to watch it. I
Those
kept him
people
occupied.
who ask that question, they are dumb.
I can sum this up for you.
Like, how you gonna tell me you watched it all the time, but you didn't know that he was invisible?
Dumb.
Those people
I didn't know. I
ask
didn't
that
know.
question.
But did you watch it all the
It was like
time?
he was
All
invisible.
right then, and
It
then
was
you
like-
don't matter.
I'm
It was
still
like
shocked
he was
though.
invisible, but he was there.
I'm still
It was
shocked.
like one of them shows for the kids. It was like
It's his imagination.
right.
I thought it was like
But it's
Sesame
like-
Street. I thought it was like Sesame
It's
Street.
like he was there. I mean, like kind of the way he almost was. But it's like the song and the kids, you know. Oh,
When he was invisible
He grew up
because he
big.
was imaginary.
But
He was their imaginary friend.
They were dumb fucks. They
So-
would be nice and slow.
I was
It was
like,
like Big Bird for real. Like,
See, that's what I
Well, no,
thought. I thought it was like Sesame Street.
Sesame Street, the adults could see it. It's a
Yeah,
street
that's what I didn't know that he was
magical.
imaginary. That shit fucked me up.
Snuffleupagus was Big Bird's imaginary friend. I found out. That's the part. Ain't nobody ever talked to Snuffleupagus other than Big Bird. And I ain't realized that until later on, but that's because nobody was ever in those scenes.
Yeah.
It was just Big Bird and Snuffleupagus. I don't understand why that was the case.
Big
but
Bird was
whatever.
another Big Bird.
I really watched the Barney, so it was just like one of those things.
Man,
Like,
y'all
it
blowing
was
my
like,
mind tonight, dog.
it was like,
It was just Big Bird.
it's like Sesame Street. You know what I mean?
But Sesame Street wasn't. They weren't supposed to be invisible. Barney was their imagination.
So we didn't. But technically, I don't think as adults now, as we as adults and kids that watch it, then like it wasn't like. It's so technical now, but as you as a kid, you don't think about it like it's like it's
Right,
all
but it
magic.
shouldn't have been a surprise. These people's minds was blown.
Oh yeah, yeah. Even somebody else another.
I ain't even watching it. My mind blown.
Another topic to talk about.
These people were stupid. And speaking of stupid people, let's go to social media.
Just like with the Kennedy. I'm sorry. I'm about to go laugh.
You dumb fucks on social media that's doing that stupid ass.
Let's go to
I
social media.
swear, y'all a bunch of sheep. Y'all do the little, you hit the little picture, and then they put, and then it goes down, little stupid ass filter. And all these motherfuckers do. I swear, if I had a gun, I would shoot my picture. I'm so fucking tired of you dumb ass shit. Because the stupid thing is, you actually choose the picture.
Yeah.
So it's not like the filters.
They're trying to be funny.
Yeah. You know what else is funny? A train wreck. Yeah, that's real hilarious.
The stupid thing is you actually
It's not
choose the
funny.
picture.
It's stupid. It's
So it's
irritating.
not like the film.
Like it takes the. I swear, I'm like this close
Yeah.
to
You know,
one more you fucking trash. I'm deleting. I get it, right? Like fuck this shit.
Like, it's not
Because
funny.
it's not funny. It's stupid to me.
Like it takes it's
Like all these bunch of shit. Like what trend are we gonna do now? We gonna go viral. Some of y'all ugly motherfuckers don't need to go viral. You need a bad movie ahead.
funny. It's
Some
stupid to
other
me.
motherfuckers are.
Like all these bunch of shit. Like
I mean, I be man. Some of these couples, I'm looking like, how in the fuck? Like, I be wondering how some of these dudes and some of these chicks get somebody get a partner. Man, I saw one chick, her mustache was thicker than mine, but she had a dude, had it shaped up and everything.
I can't say nothing. You know what I mean? I can't hate on them. I can't. Yeah, that black love. Yeah, go ahead.
I saw this one girl, and it looked like a Smurf had sex on her eyes. She put
I'm sorry, what?
a Smurf had sex on her eyes.
I told you about the conversation I had with the young lady. I said, made the mistake of saying I thought she, might have wore too much makeup. She got mad.
She was busy. She's busy talking shit about men as she puts on this makeup. And I'm like, well, it really didn't make you look better. It just made you look like, sexy Smurf let loose on your face. Like it
about
was
men
terrible.
and she puts on this makeup. And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it really didn't make
He said,
you
yeah,
look
like-
made you look like,
Agreeing right along
Because
with
I don't get it, man. Everybody's afraid to be themselves. They want to be somebody else that look like
say
somebody.
terrible things all
This is really how you feeling today.
My bad. That would put me up.
That's how you feel.
That was my That's my
That's how you want
exclamation. That's my exclamation point.
Let me play some music.
Because this one's right here, he's past ratchet.
I told you I was about 5, 6. I told you.
Exclusive Renegade right here. This is pain. I played this last week. I was gonna play Exclusive Renegade, but CPT was pulling this shit. So.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
See the world getting colder, mine getting older. Do you ever think about everybody's drama? You come back with karma, and that's just pain. When life hit down, always in drain. Weight on your shoulders, everything starts to change. You scared cause you think you'll never be same. and that's just pain. When living this life, it always be pain. Hopefully last one night, and that's just pain. Everything be alright when you going through pain. And that's just my temper be pushing my limits. Mama be stressing when I get the visit. Cause I'm late with the rent and I haven't repair, I need better decisions. I've been buzzing my ass, trying to get cash, the Lord is my witness. Praying for peace and love, get over the drugs, see what I'm missing. Pops left me some pain, it's getting harder just to tell him I miss him. No matter what, we never perfect, and I'm always gonna forgive him. So now with the talking, you getting exhausted and just start to listen. Don't kick when I'm falling, cause I put my all in to get to some riches. Nothing will be the same, like a spent bill, people change. Expect the most from a nigga, even when I say keep the change. Need more time with my sister, but too many people speak your name. I'm working hard, man, I'm pitching blisters, and it's starting to hurt when it rains. Don't mind me, I'm going through it, sweat it off when I just go to a show. Fade to rest me, I'm known to it, that's just how it goes. I don't know how to deal with it, popping all of these pills with it. Reason, man, I don't still get it. And that's just pain. When life looking down, always in the train. Weight on your shoulders, everything starts to change. You scared cause you think you'll never be the same. And that's just pain. When living this life, it always be pain. Hopefully last one night, and that's just pain. Everything be alright when you're going through pain. And that's just
Nigga, is you dying now, motherfucker?
Coughing, he burping. Don't get the part over here, cause I ain't gonna sound for you today. He did that one time.
Tell me all your secrets, I've been dying to know. When I hit it, I might lose control. Looking like a stripper when she on that pole. Make her see Z's like Beyonce knows. Working for a nigga like whoa. Hit it, I might lose control. Tell me what no one knows. I make her see Z's like Beyonce knows. Working for a nigga like whoa. Hit it, I might lose control. Tell me what no one knows. I make her see Z's like Beyonce knows. I've been searching for a girl like you. Always on time, put it on me, I'm Ja Rule. Only for the rule, shit, I might act a damn fool. Diving in your pool, doing laps like a tongue do. Now I got you, what you gon' do? Secrets, been in your Vicky secrets. Surfing on this wave, shit, I'm seasick, oh. Michael Jackson, I just beat it. Night and shining, I'm a slaying dragons for your secrets. Destiny, you and me make the perfect recipe. Until it's R.I.P., yeah. You know what it is, and I put that on A&T. Be the queen bee, man, I feel like I'm Jay-Z. Tell me all your secrets, I've been dying to know. When I hit it, I might lose control. Looking like a stripper when she on that pole. Make her see Z's like Beyonce knows. Working for a nigga like whoa. Hit it, I might lose control. Tell me what no one knows. I make her see Z's like Beyonce knows. Working for a nigga like whoa. Hit it, I might lose control. Tell me what no one knows. I make her see Z's like Beyonce knows. Tell me all your secrets, I've been dying to know. When I hit it, I might lose control. Looking like a stripper when she on that pole. Make her see Z's like Beyonce knows. Working for a nigga like whoa.
Ooh, I'm in chilling.
You been acting up We done
I ain't did nothing to nobody.
What'd you say?
Said I ain't did nothing to nobody.
You know, like we're talking real low.
So, this earlier off air, any Super Bowl predictions?
I'm still leaning towards. I'm still not solid on my choice, but I'm still favoring the Rams right now, just with their experience being there before. But Cincinnati with Joe Burrow to playing the ways he's playing, doing what he did against Kansas City. I still haven't made a choice yet. I'll probably give my final decision tomorrow night on Sports on the Hill podcast. We'll have an abbreviated show with the NHL on Olympic break, even though they're not going to the Olympics, but they'll be making up some of the COVID games, all of the COVID games that they missed in that 3-week span.
Yeah.
Caps will be off for the last, be off for a week before they get back into action with the games they have to make up. Just had the All-Star Weekend for the NHL. The Metro Division won the All-Star Weekend game. Kuzi and Tom Wilson were key parts of that. Tom Wilson scored the quickest goal in NHL All-Star history, 13 seconds into the game. And Capitals looking to get back, to winning ways. They're currently in 4th in the East. Like I said, this is the Olympic break, which is tied in with the All-Star break. So they got some time to get some things together, hopefully get some players back healthy. Mantha's been out for a long time. I forgot he was on the team. He had shoulder surgery back, I believe, in like October. So hopefully he'll be.
Hockey is brutal.
Yeah, Oshie's been out after he came back. He's missed pretty much half the season. We just got Nicky back. He's been contributing. Like I said, you got Tom Wilson. Ovi was out for the COVID protocol. He tested positive. That's why Tom Wilson ended up going to his first All-Star game. And hopefully Ovi will be back. He had a 4-game pointless streak in the last 4 games before the break. So hopefully he can get back this scoring ways. He's currently still in, I believe, 4th place for goals. He's at 29, which is 4th in the league. He was leading the league in goals and points a couple of weeks ago. And remember, this man is 36 years old. So, he's, I talked about how healthy he's been. The only time he's really missed games due to injury has only been like 15 games in his 13-year career. And like I said, he's out for COVID protocol, so he's not out because he's injured. He's out because of, the COVID. And he was basically carrying the team, in the beginning part of this season with all the players that were out for injury and COVID protocol. And he was, single-handedly keeping his team, actually out-producing what they expected to see in the first part of this season. So, like I said, they've been on a little lull lately. They won one out of the last 3 games. They went to overtime and won, lost it in overtime. But hopefully they'll get it back together. Trade deadline's coming up. There's been some whispers about, trying to get Hopi back. In net, he hasn't really been shining down in Dallas. But as I mentioned on the show a couple of weeks ago, he's a creature of habit. He likes to feel comfortable in his environment. With him being a free agent, I believe he was in Vancouver last year, and then being in Dallas, he just doesn't have that comfort level. And I think coming back to a familiar arena or familiar players, he can get back into that championship groove. Goaltending is a very mental position to play in hockey, and if your head not right, it's hard for your body to be right. So that's some of the things that I've heard. Like I mentioned about the Washington football team. After the Super Bowl, which is next week with the Rams and Cincy, we'll be doing our off-season preview for what we expect, before the free agency. We had a couple of the college Senior Bowl games this past week. I'll get Dujournay to get his take. He's our college guy. And I saw a couple of names who I really don't know who the hell they are, but a couple of quarterbacks that stood out in the game that I'm going to ask him about. I'm transparent. I'm real. I tell you how it is. I don't know shit about college. I ain't even going to fake like I do. But I got some people that I know. Hey, man, I got a couple of people I know that know some shit. Though. Yeah. Hey, you motherfucker with a strong arm. Yeah, come here real quick. Yeah.
Right.
On the football field, I mean one thing.
You over there.
But we're gonna see what's going on with the Washington football team. Finally get past this name. Oh yeah. I didn't got used for the last 2 years saying Washington football team. Man, I had to stop getting used to saying. Now I got to get used to saying Commanders. I'm gonna just start saying Washington. I don't give a fuck. Hey man, like I said, as long as they start winning, I don't give a damn what the name is.
As long as we don't have people deciding to go commando and run across the field because of the name.
I mean, hey,
It be hot sometimes, man.
It's probably gonna be a drunk match.
I used to be, man, going commando at work all the time, man. Summertime.
No, I said running across the field.
Man, you gotta get some air on the nuts, man. Sometimes you gotta run.
Everybody don't have to see it. Ew, why did you have to go like that?
Because you gotta protect the nuts when you're running. You don't want to hit in your leg. That shit hurt.
That's terrible.
I'm not saying I done ran with my nuts out.
Clearly you must have, but thanks.
Hey, man, sometimes you gotta jump out the window without no drawers on, man. You gotta get your clothes on the way.
Oh, man.
And then you gonna be like, that's just
like that's normal. Yeah.
For some people I know it is normal.
Like you. I mean, some people it's you.
I didn't say that happened to me. I'm just speaking of it. I heard that happen before. Always blaming me. Hey, man.
Somebody's watching.
I don't know what they're talking about.
You don't know what they're talking about. Well, I think they both gonna lose at the Super Bowl. That's what I hope.
It's gonna be a very interesting game.
They can both lose. I've never not cared so much about a football game in my life.
I mean, it's cool because it's the first season with the extended week with the new playoff format. Because the playoffs were, I have to say, one of the more exciting that I've seen in a while, especially with my team not being in it. And I actually was watching all the games.
And I think the Super Bowl is gonna be dry, and the playoffs was much better.
No, I really can't because the Rams have a high scoring offense. Cincinnati shows that they can be a high scoring offense. Both defenses are, solid. Both secondaries are going to be the question mark. So it's going to come down to who, I think it's going to come down to who has the ball last because both of their offenses are potent. And they're going to make adjustments, just like we saw Cincinnati make adjustments the previous week to get going in the second half against Kansas City. And I think it's going to be an entertaining Super Bowl. I think it really is.
I know one thing. Halftime, Mary going to be doing her little dance. Mary. Don't do it. She can't dance either though, but that's
she's still getting that bag though.
She getting that bag. She getting that bag doing her little dance. Bless her heart.
Those baby suit pics, I love them.
Yeah, but she wasn't dancing. Just standing. That's all she needs to do. Just stand there, baby. Stay still. Stay still.
I saw the baby suit pics. I love them.
Yeah, but she wasn't dancing.
Definitely, if y'all looking for a show to check out, definitely check out Reach on Amazon Prime. Check out the Book of Boba Fett if you're a Star Wars fan. I just wonder why all the Star Wars programs are so great on Disney Plus. But these last three,
definitely, if y'all looking for a show to check out, definitely check out Reach on Amazon Prime.
What the Star Trek? Star Wars.
Like Force Awakening, the one after that, all of them.
I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I'm not a Star Wars fan at all. Let me not lie. I'm not a Star Wars fan. Oh, my son is.
Force Awakening, the one after that.
See, I was the original Star Wars. Once we got into the, trying to do the prequels, I got lost. I still watched it, but I was into it, but all the shit they were going into, I was like.
You need to do what a lot of people do and what Marvel, you need to watch it in chronological order. That probably would be better for you.
So I should watch the prequel first and then watch Star Wars.
Yeah, all the movies that they've had out, you should watch them in chronological order. So if it's a prequel, if it just kind of depends.
That'd be a whole fucking thing. Maybe two.
No, it might be longer than that. Because even with Marvel, remember when the last Avengers came out, people were literally doing it, and it was like 26 hours.
I told you I did it. I watched it all in chronological order.
But at one time.
Oh yeah, I could.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I watched it in chronological order, but I didn't sit at one time. But you may need to do the Star Wars like that.
The prequels kind of suck.
But I mean, it helps with the story.
It does. The one thing about the prequels is they try to explain the Phantom. They try to explain the Force. So the Force is mysterious shit, and it went from the shit that you got in your bloodstream. I mean, it sounds
it
good.
does.
Like, hey,
The worst thing about the prequels is they try to explain the Phantom. They try to explain the Force. So the Force is mysterious shit, and it went from
superpowers, man.
Get
out.
That was me.
It is.
That was me. Okay, but let's play some music. We're out of here.
Yeah.
That was me and Uncle. But I don't care. Okay. Let's play some music. We're out of here.
Sometimes you gotta get it off your chest, man.
Oh man, that was terrible.
CP3 phone on. Oh,
that girl is calling.
yes, honey. He told her not to call you on that number.
That girl is calling.
What's up, man?
She's like,
right here.
What's up, man?
That little piece of that, that's not what we have.
Yeah, I'm still on air now. Just going to a video about to get off the air now.
You don't really know about me. I don't really know about you. When they ask what do it takes, I say it takes two. How you ever gonna doubt me? It was never really about me. When they ask what does it takes, I say it takes two. Fussing and arguing every night. I knew you left cause you ain't right. Treating you well, I pay the price. Now you doing it out of spite. But you always think I need to be comfort. When you walk away and I just need a convo. When you hit me up and I was dead pronto. I guess both egos can't fit in the condo. All these games that you play with me, and watch what you say to me. What you said all at first, it was fake to me. Tryna get me on my mode, you ain't changing me. You could've had what she had, searching for love, but it's all in my bag. Sorry he started, you been fucked up your past. I knew from the start that that shit wouldn't last. But I don't think I'm the one that's gonna wait on you. It's only me and you, I don't really care what they gon' do. I guess this what this makes you. Counting all the wrongs it takes to. You don't really know about me. I don't really know about you. When they ask what do it takes, I say it takes two. How you ever gonna doubt me? It was never really about me. When they ask what does it takes, I say it takes two.